deep as you want, kind of load the front end like you want to. So,
how's everybody doing?
Obviously, we're starting back.
This is live. It is live. That's good.
I think
That's
I
a good
personally
thing.
have a better long run car than I do a short run car. So hopefully we have some long runs and maybe that'll kind of play into my favor a little bit. But all in all, Andy Street and all the guys back at RCR, they've been working really hard. Had a really good showing at Texas and kind of built some momentum going into this weekend. And even though we're starting where we're starting, I think we still can have a good finish today. We just got to work at it, make the right adjustments on pit road, and see where we end up.
Watch for these 21 guys. Keep it rolling. Austin?
Yeah, Tyler, I'm standing in what hopefully is my last interview with Chris Rice today, and he's got all the radios on, ready to go. I want to know what the over-under is on what lap AJ is going to start crying.
Well, he already did. We was in the lounge, and he was already screaming about, I need all of my energy so I can go make it all. I said, it's not 600 laps, AJ. He says, yeah, you're right. I think we'll be fine. So probably lap 4, maybe 4.
Yeah, AJ doesn't even know what track he's at. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Austin. You've had your hands full. All right, so next up, we're going to play a little game here that they normally do on race day, just driver's edition, called Hit the Gas, Pump the Brakes. The rules are really simple, Eric and Ricky. And if you agree with the statement, you hit the gas. That means you agree. If you disagree, pump the brakes. So here we go. You cannot dial a friend for this.
Okay.
So just you, your answer. First question. I'm going to start with Ricky. Junior Motorsports will sweep stages 1 and 2.
I'm hitting the gas. They're just on fire. I gotta go gas.
Yeah, they're hitting the gas. They've already done it so many times this year, and they've got a lot of speed starting up front. Hit the gas.
All right, second question. We'll start with you, Eric. Will we see a brand new winner today?
No, pump the brakes. I think Justin Allgaier, Noah Gregson, those guys, Ty Gibbs coming from the back, those guys are going to be tough to beat.
I'm hitting the brakes. I think you look at Sam Mayer, Trevor Bain, throw Ryan Priest in
You're
there.
hitting the gas.
Or I'm hitting the gas.
You're
Dang
hitting
it.
the gas.
You knew I was going to mess up at some
phoned a
point.
friend.
I should have phoned him.
That's
I got
against the rules.
Rolla backing me up here.
All right, so finally, last question. This is the most important one. If you recall last year, we had some sweet treats throughout the day here on FS1. So, Ricky, hit the gas or pump the brakes that me, will consume more ice cream than any of you two today.
I am hitting the gas. Eric's going to see this firsthand. I've witnessed it over the last few years. He is going to eat more ice cream than us.
I've already been briefed by the staff, so I'm hitting the gas. I got to phone a friend on this one. The staff already told me that you eat a lot of ice cream.
I like soft serve ice cream. There's a big race coming up tomorrow. I need all my energy. So we'll be back here in a little bit for our pre-race ceremonies. It's a NASCAR Xfinity Series race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Drivers only broadcast coming up.
Hey, babe, meet us at the bottom of the trail.
Oh, man. Hey.
Open up. The redesigned Chevy Silverado with a sophisticated high-tech interior.
Open the door.
It's easy to forget it's a truck.
Thanks.
Nice truck. It was. Find new style. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
What if I told you that a performance shirt could be equally technical and ridiculously comfortable? At FreeFly, we made it our mission to keep you comfortable while doing the things you love outside. Welcome to the new world of performance apparel. Comfort on, adventure out.
Beautiful day in Baltimore, where most people probably know that Geico could save them money on car insurance, right? You see, the thing is, Geico, well, could help them save on boat insurance too.
Hey! Okay, I'm ready to come in now. Hello?
I'm trying my best.
Seriously, I'm serious. Request to come ashore.
Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance.
Come on, Percy.
Yeah, let's go. On a trip, book with Priceline. You save more so you can woo more. Woo. Woo. Yeah, feel the savings. Priceline, every trip is a big deal.
there's no excuses. If you want something bad enough, you will do it.
The determination and the focus that it takes. If you're not all in, you're all out.
You have to really dig down deep, and you got to find that grit.
Use that determination and that grind. Never give up.
Okay, and slowly.
Okay.
Break.
Oh. Should we leave a note?
No.
Did I pass? Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
I wasn't going very far. Sometimes I just forget.
USFL football continues with another electrifying weekend. Tonight on FS1, the Breakers battle the Panthers. And tomorrow on Fox, the Stallions take on the Maulers. Real football for real fans. USFL football continues tonight and tomorrow on FS1 and Fox.
Welcome back to Drivers Only Race Day. Today's real race car drivers are getting ready to set in their cars. Go racing. We'll start with Ryan Priest here. Signing some autographs. Starting third. Running triple duty this weekend. He is going to be tired.
And there's a look at Brandon Jones rolling off fifth, coming off of that big win at Martinsville where he got a grandfather clock and fresh off of a win in the ARCA race yesterday.
AJ Allmendinger, always cool, calm, and collected. Looking for 7th top 10 finish on Mile and a Half Racetrack coming up today.
He's been on a roll, and I feel like we're transitioning to something that we've got to do. Race picks. And here we go. We're going to say, if we get it right, we're going to gloat forever. And if we don't get it right, we're going to say we're misquoted. So, Eric, as a newcomer to the show, you get the first shot.
Well, I'm going to take Justin Allgaier. Justin Allgaier was so fast at Darlington. I feel like Darlington has some similarities to Charlotte Motor Speedway, kind of bumpy, rough, slick, wore out. Track's going to be hot and slick today. I think Justin Allgaier is going to get it done.
I think that's a good pick. I'm going with Ryan Priest, a former teammate of mine. He's got a chip on his shoulder, loves looking for trophies. Last night, he was not real thrilled, so I'm looking for redemption today.
All right, so we got Allgaier, we got Priest. I've got Noah Gregson, and let me tell you why. He looked so good last week at Texas. He led a bunch of laps, got caught up in some wrecks that weren't his fault. Ran great at Vegas. What do they have in common with Charlotte? 2 tough mile-and-a-half racetracks, just like Charlotte. And what we're going to see here later today. Big race for us. It's the NASCAR Drivers Only broadcast on FS1, live from Charlotte Motor Speedway on this Memorial Day weekend. So let's head trackside for opening ceremonies.
At this time, we ask that you please rise as you are able and remove your hats as the Charlotte Fire Department Honor Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome Chaplain Will Strong.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day that you have given us to gather as family and friends to watch this race. Father, we ask for your protection and safety for all drivers, pit crews, and anyone associated with this race today. Father, your word says, there is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. As we observe Memorial Day, we remember the ultimate sacrifice that our men and women have made for us to enjoy the freedoms that we have today. Father, we thank you for our military who continue to serve here and abroad, protecting our freedoms. Father, we thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for our sin and rose 3 days later, giving victory over sin, death, and the grave. We pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome from the Military District of Washington, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, Staff Sergeant Damian Frazier.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last glass gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow, that's one of the best anthems of the year. The drivers are getting set. We're all set. When we return, racing from Charlotte on FS1.
For Toyota, racing isn't all about the numbers. Like 162 Cup wins.
Or 3 Cup Series championships.
How about those 3 Daytona 500s?
It's about the thousands of bumps and bruises. It's the millions of fans and the endless rain of confetti.
It's the countless I love yous.
Our success is in a generation of memories. Here's to the next.
There is no pecan chicken salad sandwich quite like this one. Nope. This Arby's made-to-order masterpiece can't be topped. Except very literally by honey wheat bread. Arby's, we have the meat.
I've always wanted to do that.
Next round on me.
Niecy Nash hosts.
You give me the missing lyrics, I'ma give you $1 million.
Don't forget the lyrics on Monday on Fox.
All right, I'm gonna change your world. That's a shot. Let's go. I love fruit for great.
Right.
I want to watch history.
Yes.
You want to root for the underdog. Good luck with that. In sports, people hate what they fear. They hate the Cowboys. They hate LeBron. I've got a lot of haters.
Spoiler alert, we know that, obviously.
I'm controversial when I don't even mean to be. It doesn't matter how many times I'm right. You'll still argue with me. This is The Herd.
Over 11 seasons, hundreds went down in flames.
Your time is done in MasterChef.
Fox Wednesdays.
This is MasterChef back to win.
The most talented home cooks return for a second chance.
There's someone from every season.
And you can watch anytime.
Step up a little bit or go home.
With a shot at redemption.
No mistakes can be made.
Which all-star will step up to finally be named MasterChef?
That is finale worthy.
MasterChef back to win. All new Wednesdays on Fox. And watch anytime on Fox Now or Hulu.
It's a battle royale down here in Charlotte. Last year, the comeback kid, Ty Gibbs, won here with some flair. But now, the race for the Xfinity crown is on. JGR and JR Motorsports have won a race or two this season.
Ty Gibbs, his first victory.
To the checkered flag.
Can anybody beat Joe Gibbs Racing? Junior Motorsports has won 3 in a row this season.
Who comes out on top today? Racing begins on FS1.
It's almost time to go racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Brad Keselowski here with Eric Almirola, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and we've had a great time in the Drivers Only studio. Now let's head to the broadcast booth and bring in the Drivers Only who will be calling the race. Ryan Blaney, Joseph Logano, and Kevin Harvick. Gentlemen, start your commentary.
Yeah, thank you, Brad. We appreciate you kicking us into the 41st running here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. 41 years tomorrow would have been the first race in 1982 for the NASCAR Busch Series back in the day.
Where'd you get that stat?
I accidentally came up with this morning, and they verified it. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're trying to fit in like we know what we're doing. But, yeah, you know, I think as we look at today's race, obviously this is a tough race. This is a racetrack that is just tough to drive. It's tough to figure out where your car needs to be. But we've had two teams that have really dominated the season in Junior Motorsports and Joe Gibbs Racing. So I think as we go into today and you look at the stats to back that up, there's just a lot to consider that these guys are the favorite today.
Yeah, absolutely. These teams have been dominating all year long. I'll take Junior Motorsports for now. You know, you look at the teamwork that they're all, you know, working together. All of them are successful. It's not just one or maybe two cars. All four of them are fast. The one starting on the front row today, both of them on the front row with Sam Mayer with the pole. You know, that equal, you know, cars that they're able to build at the shop shows a lot about how closely they all work together as drivers, as crew chiefs, and as they keep moving forward, it's going to keep, you know, showing up.
Yeah, I would say JRM, I feel like, has been a little bit better, especially recently or in the last month and a half or so. But, you know, we're coming to a racetrack where Ty Gibbs won it last year. He's been really strong. Trevor Baines back in the 18 this week, he was really good. Brandon Jones has always been strong and won at Martinsville earlier this year. Even though all three of the JGR cars are starting in the back, that'll really give us something to see and give us an idea of where their speed's at early on, how fast they can make it up towards the front of the field.
And we say all that, and Tyler Reddick won in an RCR car last week. So, yeah, I know Tyler's going to get his word in on that, and we have him down on pit road today. But, you know, the thing for me that sticks out that you said will make our job a lot easier today is we have a lot of good cars coming from the back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
yeah,
that's something that starts in qualifying, but that's going to make it a lot easier for us to have something to talk about.
For sure.
For sure. Because we need all that we can get to talk about today that is easy, low-hanging fruit. So as we race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, it's going to be a fun day watching all these cars come from the back and everybody compete. So let's go downstairs for the command.
And now, race fans, here to say the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome the General Manager of Alsco Uniforms in Durham, Chris Strickland.
On behalf of everyone at Alsco Uniforms, drivers, start your engines!
We'll come back for the green flag at Charlotte Motor Speedway when we get back from this break.
Expectations come with the territory, but raising expectations, that comes with determination, pushing ourselves further, and knowing that recognition isn't given, it's earned. Ram, J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality. No wonder more people are switching to Ram than ever before.
Now get 0% financing for 60 months, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2022 Ram 1500.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too, by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Oral treatments can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms first appear. If you have symptoms of COVID-19, even if they're mild, don't wait. Get tested quickly. If you test positive and are at high risk for severe disease, act fast. Ask if an oral treatment is right for you. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too.
Out here, you're a landowner, a gardener, a landscaper, and a hunter. That's why you need versatile, durable Kubota equipment.
It's bacon! Smoky bacon, meaty bacon, tasty bacon, bacon! Oh, I love it.
Dogs go bonkers for bacon, and try new bacon pizza flavor.
Pizza!
eBay Motors, they have all the right parts
at the right prices. Whether I'm on 2 wheels, 4 wheels, or no wheels. Let's ride!
I'm loving this new Mountain Dew Legend. Because it's the only place you can get it, my boy. Kind of like Chicago being the only place where someone hit 14 threes. Told you he was going to bring it up. Hey, you got to let it go, man. Oh, I did. 14 beautiful times. Not that anybody's counting.
There's a reputation on the track, being built this very minute. One that embraces the crazy.
Oh my goodness.
The fast. And the unpredictable. That looks into the eye of the competition and screams, bring it. Loud enough so the whole world will see it coming. I am the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I am NASCAR.
It's the NASCAR Xfinity Series from Charlotte. The gloves are fixing to come off.
Hope you wanted some action, Zeke.
As we recognize those that made the ultimate sacrifice.
And because of that sacrifice, we get to be here and enjoy a NASCAR Xfinity Series race.
When you come here, speed is everything.
That's what makes this Xfinity racing here in Charlotte so much fun.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Xfinity Series on FS1 presented by Arby's. We have the races. Waiting on that.
I know
I changed it up.
You have been waiting for that all day, haven't you?
I have.
He has been rehearsing that all day. So, well, what a day. You know, we've come here so many times and it's been hot. And you all guys know how difficult this racetrack is when it's hot. But that old track, Tim, still up.
Little toasty, hot and slick at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I always think turn 3 and 4 in the heat of the day is a handful.
Yeah, we have a graph here with Riley Herbst. Riley's had a up and down start to the season.
He's had some downs, some good ups, and some back and forth, it seems like, and a little bit more consistency towards here more recently.
Yeah, let's see how Riley's season's going. Let me dial him up on the radio here. Hey, Riley Herbst, Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick, Joe Logano up in the Fox booth. You got me? I don't think he does.
Oh, no.
Hey, Riley, it's us up in the Fox booth. You got a copy?
Oh, yeah. What's it going on?
Well, we're up here enjoying this beautiful day, and hope you are too, getting ready for a little bit of racing. Hey, listen, I know you sat on the pole in this race last year, ranked 12. You have to start in the back. You got a long ways to go, but tell us a little bit of what you expect out of today's race.
Yeah, Ryan, you know, it's going to be hard to make it. Hopefully, you know, drivers in the Xfinity Series will be able to go from top to bottom and, you know, make our day a little bit easier as we get rolling here. But it's just going to be really fun. Thanks to everybody at Stuart Haas Racing for the long hours we had to put in last night. And had a lot of our brothers and sisters in there, a lot of energy to keep us going. So we're looking forward to the day, and we'll see what we got.
Sounds good. We're looking forward to it also. I'm sure everyone on TV is looking forward to it. So good luck today. Give us a show.
Pizza and energy drinks to get you ready for the race.
Well, sometimes you know, luckily they can take the car back to the shop and be able to work on it. I think that's better for everybody, right? You can go back to the race shop and have tools and plates and all the things that you need. So qualifying stuff here. You guys have been here. We had a little bit of a moment in 3 and 4, and on a hot sunny day like this, when the car bounces around like that, and being able to try to keep the throttle down and get a good qualifying time sometimes just doesn't work out. So,
speaking of doesn't work out, we had 2 new pit reporters. Let's
meet them.
Tyler Reddick, Austin Cindric, they've been great in the Xfinity Series. Tyler coming off a win last week in Texas.
And Austin Cindric, champion, winning the championship here in the Xfinity Series, Daytona 500. Let's see, let's go to Tyler first.
Yeah, you know, for me, this is really exciting. I'm going to try not to screw it up. But look at Noah Gragson today. He started in this position. When I talked to him a little bit earlier, he was really happy with the front end of his Chevy Camaro having it. The biggest thing he was concerned about is keeping the right rear tire out. He felt like while this car was so really at the front, burning up that right rear tire was something that he was concerned about in practice. And we'll really have to wait and see if that's going to become an issue.
Come over here
in the Sam Mayer pit. He's obviously started from the pole. JRM car's been really fast. Does that dart have feathers? He's either finished in the top 5 or outside the top 20 this year. He's looking pretty good. JRM cars are looking good, but he's a rookie at Charlotte, and I think the drinking word today is loose. How many times are we going to hear it, Kevin?
Yeah, you know, I think as you talk about loose, and we talked about this earlier, you know, from qualifying to the race is always kind of a balance here. How well do you want to qualify, or how well do you want your car to be able to be drivable?
Well, I think you want it to be drivable here for sure. As we go through the starting grid here, you saw it from RBs, and we got racing today, lots of it, as they get ready to come down pit road and get their pit road speeds all figured out. Hey, Laney, this looks a little familiar to you.
Do you have any
doesn't it?
advice for him, Ryan?
Well, you need a guy outside the car to probably do that, but
There he is.
I'm all, you know, I work out and I got that thing up there sitting in the car.
You know what I learned about all this? Get black gloves.
I think there's probably two sides to that too. I mean, when you stick your hand out the window to either wave at somebody or make sure that they know that you're not happy, you want them to see it or not see it.
How do you do that?
Yeah, well, sometimes.
Any color? You need your gloves to change color. They're like mood rings.
Two sides.
But like a mood ring kind of glove. I think that'd be kind of good.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to talk to Bubba Wallace and see if he's got any advice on where we can find something like that. He's probably researching.
Yeah.
Right. So we got some onboard cameras here. Ryan Priest and the Ford onboard camera. He had a good run going last night.
Yeah, and then we've got Jeff Burton starting 15th in the state water heaters onboard camera.
And we just got done talking to him, Riley Herbst, in the Baja Vida Snacks onboard camera. I've never had any of that. I'm gonna try it.
The old drone shot's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, let's just hope Warrior's not driving that thing.
It already been wrecked.
Yeah, and they just told me in my ear that he asks every week. He's dying to drive something, but we don't want him to wreck it.
That gives us a cool shot. It feels like you're right out there on the racetrack with him.
So as we're coming to the one to go here, who do you guys think is going to be the favorite today? Obviously, you know, we talked about JRM cars, we talked about the JGR cars. You have Ryan Priest up there, he ran really good last night. He might have a little bit better feel for the racetrack. So what are your guys' initial thoughts on the day?
Yeah, I think for me is, where does the racetrack go? You know, I think if you watched the truck race last night, you saw the groove move all the way up against the wall. They were able to run through the middle. They could make some passes on the bottom, and then you had comers and goers. And I think when that sun is out like it is today, as you guys know, this racetrack, you wind up seeing a lot more comers and goers as we have the sunshine on the racetrack.
Well, you got a lot of cars coming from the back, so you're probably going to see that track widen out fairly quick when you have, the 54 Ty Gibbs and 98, the 19. There's a lot of cars. You see them all right there. The 18 of Trevor Bain dropping to the rear as well. A lot of cars starting in the back of this thing, which is going to force the track to be wider because they will be looking for room anywhere they can to move forward as quickly as possible.
How about some 7 radio? Let's see what he has to say.
It's been awesome to drive these things, man. No different than today. Let's go out there and do our thing. Got a fast hot rod, and we got a lot of folks here from the Down Social Platoon, so let's go to victory lane for them. Let's go have some fun.
Yeah, and I tell you, you hear Justin Allgaier talk about how much fun they're having this year. JRM has obviously had a lot of fun with their cars, and I think it's going to be interesting. This was a real struggle for Junior Motorsports last year with their cars and trying to make them handle as they went through the long run. And you see three of those Junior Motorsports cars in the top 4 up there as we saw in the front. Yeah, Noah Gregson in 5th there. Ryan Priest is in the Hunt Brothers Ford Mustang there, breaking that team up. But can they stay up there? Based upon what they've done this year, I think they can, but something has to be a little bit different from last year.
I think they're going to be strong. I think when you look at the 7 of Justin Allgaier, qualifying has not been his strength this year, and he's starting on the front row. That makes me a little worried for the field.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we're about to find out. And I think as we...
All right, everybody.
Flag here, I think it's about to unfold to see what
green flag is in the air. We are racing from Charlotte.
Flag here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Big loss by Sam Mayer on the bottom, right off the bat. He's going to clear him into one easy.
at Allmendinger trying to stick it 3 wide. Didn't quite make it work, but we saw that. I felt like the bottom launched better in the truck race last night even, and I feel like you see that most of the day. Something about this front stretch, the bottom lane, especially on more tires, I feel like it launches as we have a great battle for second between Ryan Preece and Justin Allgaier.
Something I noticed right off the bat as Ryan Preece was able to make the bottom work, but all these cars are going right into that resin that they put a little bit down this week, not a lot, but a little bit, and it's made the track really wide in the truck race we saw last night on FS1, and we already see the track being pretty wide as these cars are almost to the wall already. This is going to put on a great race for us today.
And this was always one of my favorite races to run in the Xfinity series for that exact reason, Joey, because even before they started putting resin and the PJ1 on the racetracks, you could move from the bottom to the top, and as we see a pass for the lead here.
Wish Landy in post if you're the 7. He's going to the outside with his teammate. Noah Gregson right behind him. Just looking for air at that point. Anywhere you can go to get air on the nose.
See the one.
Ryan Preece takes the lead.
I don't really think he wanted to be there. We got a second 3 wide race for second place, but it feels like I feel like the bottom is the place to be right now. Maybe that resin isn't very clean right now. You see people in the middle lane kind of slip into the third lane. We talk about heat kind of activating it, but it can get dirty and it might take it a little bit to clean up.
I saw the one get a little sideways, I think, the turn 4 there, showing that thing's probably a little free right now.
And that's not what you want. You do not want to have a free race car to start this race. Usually that means it's going to get freer. This is a tough racetrack to not have the back of the car in the racetrack.
Yeah, and to your point there, Blaney, you see the 9 and Noah Gregson on the bottom of the racetrack going back by Ryan Preece. He just took the lead on the bottom. He moved up, lost the lead to someone running the bottom.
Yeah. And we talk about the paint here a lot. We used to talk about it at Atlanta a lot, having our rough sides in the paint. This is kind of the same thing. It might not mean as much as you see the 7 get really loose, but might not mean as much as Atlanta used to be. But I still feel like there's a lot of grip, and if you can hook that paint with both of your left side tires, not just the left front, it really can kind of give you a lot more grip, especially late in the run.
I think it's kind of interesting. You see, look at the 7 run the resin now and getting a run on Josh Berry with a sweet crossover down the front stretch. I think you might have, this is 6 laps in. Maybe the first 4 or 5 laps you can get away with being on the bottom. That's probably where you want to be. Look at him run his teammate on the track, trying to clear him. I think as you get to lap 6 or 7, the resin is now the preferred lane. Whether it's cleaned up or tires have worn out a little bit, whatever it is, I'm not sure. But you can see that the car is starting to move up.
And speaking of moving up, Brandon Jones, Ty Gibbs are big movers here, having to start in the back, and they're kind of staying right with each other. It's fun watching these cars, really fast cars. We talked about before the race, pick their way through traffic. They've kind of been doing it right on the bottom. They're really able to get clean air, but they've been moving pretty quickly up through the field. I'll be curious to see where they can get to.
And you feel like Superman when you have a car that fast starting in the back. You start ripping through all these cars fairly easily. And then you get to the top 10, and it slows down. You get one here, get another here. Might need a caution, might need a good pit stop. It looks like we have some issues here at 68.
Right front tire.
Brandon Brown looks like he stayed off the wall. You don't see a right front down very often, and not the right side ripped off of it.
Brandon Brown has a tire down.
Not sure what happened there.
Yeah, and I think as we run this race, it will be interesting to see if those Gibbs cars can continue passing the faster cars on the bottom, because I always feel like they make the most mechanical grip or have the most grip in general when it comes to these types of racetracks. As we go to Charlotte, and we used to go to Atlanta, and it seems like those cars just make a lot of mechanical grip.
And be curious to see also, where their car goes as they walk into cleaner air. We always talk about, if I got to go to the back, I got to start in the back, or have a penalty, you need to free me up so I can get through all this traffic. I need my car to turn better because dirty air is always tighter. Be curious to see if they get to that cleaner air. Okay, am I too free now? Do we got to tighten me back up? That's always those things you have to think about it. As Noah Gregson leads us, coming to lap 10.
And Noah's been strong all year. Started 5th today, went to 1st, and is leading here at Charlotte Motor Speedway again.
Hey, Gracie, tell Mom and Dad they gotta see the living quarters. They are awesome.
Mom, Dad, do you Junior wants to show you something up on deck 3.
Right now, we just started.
Don't worry, we have plenty of time.
Welcome to the future. Some assembly required. But if there's one thing this country has always embraced, it's a challenge. And after almost 120 years of building for those challenges, we're taking the vehicles you know by name and making them electric by revolutionizing the way they're built and where they're assembled. Not for the few, but for the many.
So you need someone to market your pet toys, but hiring is hard. Well, LinkedIn has tons of great people, so let's find the right one. You need someone to help your team reach your customers. Now we're talking, and help manage the budgets. Oh, right. Predict your future product launches. And help you herd cats, figuratively, or literally. You need one person who does all that. Great, here are 9 to get you started, so you can find the right people and hire the right people.
Really do got everything you need.
Your cereal?
Nah, Hulu Plus Live TV. Cereal good too though.
What is this? Over 75 live channels for sports, news, and entertainment, just like cable.
Ooh, a marshmallow.
Marshmallow what?
A marshmallow.
Does kind of look like you. How much are they paying you for this?
Hulu has live TV.
Meet Renee, bank manager and mom of the year. But when she gets on her bike, she becomes Rebel Renee. Rebel Renee is the most outspoken member of her book club. And she didn't even read the book. It's rumored she once used her phone at trivia night. And she isn't above greasing some palms to get things done. And Rebel Renee rides with Geico because savings and great service are 2 things she'd never rebel against. Geico, savings and service for both your sides.
Mom, can we go inside and get ice cream and see where we live? What about the zip lines? We gotta ride the zip lines. And the animals. They have animals, Mom. Oh, and VR.
Junior, I promise, you can do it all.
Woohoo! Best day ever!
It's the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Charlotte Motor Speedway, presented by Arby's. And we got some good racing going on here, guys. We got the Junior Motorsports cars. We're racing the heck out of each other. 78 while you guys are on your commercial break. We had the 19. Oh, he almost saved it.
Oh, Brandon Jones around.
In here.
Got away with that one. Straight up here.
He's running 12. And I was starting from the back. So he was making some good progress. He's going to have to do it all over again.
Let's see what happened here.
Just lost this kind of loose.
Yeah, as you guys know, there's a little bit of a bump right there getting into turn 1 that just kind of unloads the car right there, right as you want to turn down the racetrack. And, I think Brandon just probably got a little bit free over the bump and turned it a little bit harder behind those 2 cars that he was following and just lost it.
And he was in a weird spot of dirty air, too, like kind of staggered and probably like in the worst aero situation you could be in, along with that bump, like Kevin said. I just stepped around him. He did a great job saving it, and an even better job by everybody to miss him when he came back on the racetrack.
Yeah, I bet that thing turned back up the hill. He said, oh no.
Austin, you have something to add?
Yeah, Brandon Jones is just obviously struggling with being a little bit loose there. They're definitely going to come down and put 4 tires on it and probably make an additional adjustment to tighten up. But early in the race for the Menards Super here, but I'm sure he wants to be up in the front of the field like he was yesterday.
And I see a lot of loose cars.
Oh man. You hope the tire stays on and rip a fender off.
Yeah, Brandon will have to pit now while the...
And this changes strategy up for the 19 car. I think at this point, you're not going to see many of the leaders pit. It seems like you have one extra set. After you go through the stages and pit in the middle of the 3rd stage where you have to for fuel, you're going to run out of tires. So he's using his extra set right now.
Yeah, and you definitely want those tires for the end, because if you don't have them, you will be in big trouble.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now there's Skyrizi. Keep your skin
skin clearer with Skyrizi. Most who achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months had lasting clearance through 1 year. In another study, most people had 90% clearer skin at 3 years. And Skyrizi is 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses. Skyrizi may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or coughs, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine. Talk to your dermatologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Running the sanctuary absolutely brings me peace. The work is 100% cathartic for me. You know, I find myself getting tied up in it and being busy, and then it's really nice just to sit, breathe in life, and it's beyond zen.
Saturday, Baseball Night in America is back on Fox. Mookie Betts leads the Dodgers against the Diamondbacks. Or Bryce Harper powers the Phillies against Francisco Lindor and the Mets. It's Baseball Night in America tonight at 7 Eastern on Fox.
I think I'll have another honey barbecue super melt. Actually, I think I'll save room for ice cream.
I knew I liked you.
Try our honey barbecue super melt.
And save room for ice cream.
I wasn't going very far. I was in a hurry.
It's too uncomfortable.
Sometimes I just forget.
I think I'll have another honey barbecue super melt. Actually, I think I'll save room for ice cream.
I knew I liked you.
Try our honey barbecue super melt.
And save room for ice cream.
Tomorrow on Fox, it's the most patriotic day in racing, as Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, and the best drivers in the world battle at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Coca-Cola 600. Coverage begins at 5 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
And Kevin Harvick.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. So what do you think? What do you think's going to happen here, Blaney? You had a pretty bold prediction here in the break.
Under break, I think the 19 Brandon Jones is going to get back. I think he's going to win the stage.
Think he's going to win the stage?
I know he's down a set of tires, but we saw about a second fall off in the short laps we ran, and I think he's going to drive back up to the field to win the stage. Austin, what do you got for us down there?
I do think it's a bold prediction, but got his right front tire here. Obviously locked it down. No real damage to the right front. They came back in again. Jabba got him to pull out the side skirt. Probably tucked under from being on the banking, but otherwise, yeah, down a set of tires. Pretty big disadvantage heading to the end of the race, so they definitely want to capitalize.
Definitely, you know, as much as tires are meaning, I think, at this racetrack in the heat of the day right now, the price is going to be paid more so at the end of the race if a caution comes out. If it goes green the third stage, he's going to be okay. But if one of those late race cautions come out, that's where he's going to have to pay the penalty. And he's actually been in this position a couple of times where he's had an early spin, able to get track position back, but not having those tires at the end of the race can cost him.
He's going to feel like a hero, though.
Oh, yeah. He's going to pass cars like they're going out of style.
The rest of the guys are not going to like this. Like, used tires here at Charlotte Motor Speedway is really not that much fun. So we ran, like, 14 or 15 laps under green, or a lap, come to lap 19 here. It's definitely a handful lap. We have some used tires.
That bottom lane so strong on the restart. Look at all 3 cars on the bottom. Clearing the 5 of Ryan Preece.
Yeah, and we saw Justin Allgaier try to push Ryan Preece there. And this is a tough place to push, especially on used tires if you don't time it right. And the guy in front of you starts to spin him, and then you get in the back of his car. The next thing you know, he's twice as sideways, and nobody's going anywhere.
I think you're helping, but you're just hurting, and it's a tough one to get hooked up. And
caution!
Timmy Hill in the 13 had such a qualified effort.
Left rear tire down. Most damage to the back. Coming to you right now.
Yeah, Timmy Hill, we didn't talk about this, but Timmy Hill qualified 9th. which is a great qualifying effort for that team. Unfortunately, getting a little spin here, but no damage. Same situation as Brandon Jones, though. You can down a set of tires.
Yeah, I heard him talk about the left rear tire there on the radio.
Similar situation, just
see the back of the car bouncing right there.
Yeah, that's kind of odd.
I'll be back in
And
just
it
a
is
second.
rough down there. You know, I think you have that initial bump, and if you get kind of in between those seams and even up higher where he was up there, it's got some choppiness to it. You can really see it in the rear suspension right there. Even as he's still spinning, you can see the rear of the car going up and down right there as it goes through those bumps. But what a great effort for Timmy Hill and his team to qualify well, and just tough conditions on the restart there. And like we talked earlier, I mean, when your car's qualifying good and you get into the race, and sometimes, more times than not, they wind up loose.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. You bring up a good point there, Kevin, about this racetrack and the surface. It's pretty bumpy, and the bumps here aren't like swells or anything. They're just real choppy, big ones. I always kind of call it like a cobblestone road, right? Like, it just seems like each bump comes to a different wheel, and it's really hard to get all that put together as a setup.
And the other thing is, we haven't run that high on the racetrack in a really long time, so that'll be interesting to see how it develops through the day.
When you hear best-in-class range or best-in-class fuel economy, you may be thinking of really tiny cars, and you'd be really, really wrong. The Ram 1500, exceeding expectations again. No wonder more people are switching to Ram than ever before.
Get 0% financing for 60 months, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2022 Ram 1500.
Ace is the place for paint, because only Ace offers the extra mile promise. We'll help you get everything you need to paint in one trip, or we'll deliver it free. Ace is the only national hardware retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint at over 4,000 stores. Our best premium paint with a huge selection of colors. Premium paint, award-winning service, and the extra mile promise. Ace is the place for paint. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their paint.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
It's a good thing you bundled your home, auto, and RV insurance with Progressive. You save money, and you get round-the-clock protection.
So don't worry, it's all under control. That's cool, we'll finish up here. Bye! That's why you go to the restroom before the movie starts.
Get epic protection for your Dominion with Progressive.
There is no pecan chicken salad sandwich quite like this one. Nope. This Arby's made-to-order masterpiece can't be topped, except very literally by honey wheat bread. Arby's, we have the meat.
I've always wanted to do that.
Next round on me.
For tires, I only trust Goodyear. So I wear Skechers with Goodyear rubber for incredible traction, durability, and stability. If Goodyear rubber can handle what this beast throws at it, just imagine how well it'll perform on your feet. Try Skechers with Goodyear.
One of NASCAR's crown jewel races on Fox.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
We're racing for them.
Of the United States of America.
Get your popcorn ready.
With liberty and justice for all.
Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway on Memorial Day weekend. And what a great weekend for our sport. You know, I don't think there's any sport that celebrates our military and the holidays and charity giving like NASCAR racing. I always tell people, I'm like, there's nobody who supports our military and gives more than NASCAR.
Absolutely, and it's something that, you know, Memorial Day weekend's so special for a lot of reasons, and honoring the families of our fallen soldiers, but it's something that we don't do enough, right? We take it for granted so often. We live our own little world with our own little issues because someone's fighting our big issues for us, and I think we take that for granted way too often. This weekend really helps with the, you know, putting that at the forefront of everyone's mind.
And I would tell you that the pre-race show here for the Coca-Cola 600 is really one of the coolest things that you get to see all year, and with all the military members and the cannons and the 21-gun salute and everything that happens in the pre-race is really neat to see every year for me, and I know the fans enjoy it too. Tyler, what do you have down there?
Yeah, Riley Herbst obviously had to go to that backup car after practice yesterday. He's made his way up to the 17th starting position, and obviously they spotlighted how late into the night they had to work on their car. But when I talked to him earlier today, they said they brought the same set that they had in practice, so obviously they're pretty confident in their car. Right now he's fighting a little tight center off, but obviously it doesn't hurt him too bad that he's marching his way forward.
Thank you, Tyler. Only thing I'm happy that Tyler's down there, but I'm really less excited in the fact that we don't get to see Tyler on the racetrack, seeing how high we can actually go today.
I know you hear Tyler on the TV here, and he's very calm, collected. But when you see him on the racetrack, that guy's like sideways all the time, up against the wall, ripping it like, and then he's all calm.
What would you do different here, Tyler? Obviously, there's some grip up there. It looks to me like we need to go to somebody who knows what they're doing. Anything we can analyze to do better up there?
Well, they're taking their time. They're only, they got 20 laps to go on stage. They're working their way up there.
So that's the problem, because you would have already just been up there.
Well, I did that in Texas, and I did so, you got to have a little bit of patience, I think.
You won Texas. You did win.
I didn't win the first lap, that's for sure.
We know how much that one pays.
0.
Yeah, Tyler was the winner in this 48 car last week. Austin Dillon driving it this week.
So the Tuesday,
all right, going back green here.
Talk about that weekly. Josh Berry was running.
Maybe this time we could stay green.
The outside lane on the front row. We just noted about that outside lane getting hard to get forward drive. Good launch here. We'll see what he's able to do this time.
Green flag is back in the air.
Getting a push. You see the whole top lane just all over each other trying to get going. And Sam Mayer, I think, maybe he's trying to clear Josh Berry, not so much. He said, no, I'm still out here.
We talk about Josh Berry taking the top and maybe not the preferred lane, but gosh, it is so hard to give up the front row. I don't care if you're running second, it's hard to not pick the front row in that situation. Even maybe if it's not the preferred lane, you need another shot of trying to get the lead.
Because if you stay close, if you can just stay right to that rear bumper and get that side draft and pulling back to you, you're probably going to have the advantage as you get through turns 1 and 2.
And it's such a hard restart, guys. You got 27 laps on your tires. This is not common, for us, especially as Cup guys. We don't ever refire with 27 laps on our tires unless there's some really interesting things going on. But I think here, these guys are a little bit more used to saving tires throughout the first 2 stages, so they have that extra set just in case there's a late caution late in the race.
And this is a mess back here. I've been watching this through the window. Brandon Jones is trying to make his way back up there with those fresh tires that he has.
He's trying to make me good on my word of winning the stage.
He's running out of time, but something's going on here in Jeff Burton.
Might be trying to say he's got a flat, trying to get down or got a problem.
And sometimes on used tires, you just feel things, and especially here at Charlotte, when you go across the bumps and across the seam, and you just don't really know. So he's just trying to give everybody a heads up that there's probably a problem with this car, or it's not going like he wants to get out from behind him and go under me.
Yeah, he's coming up pit road now, so he did have an issue. He's running 14th. It's a shame for Jeb. So that group is moving up. I see more guys moving up and up. And speaking of guy who's up the racetrack, let's see what AJ Allmendinger's got to say.
Levin was just trying to block the car out back, was trying to put you in a bad spot right there, and then it bottlenecked in front of us. So he just wanted to make sure you knew still his copy. I didn't think he was trying to get to my bumper. I flipped it early, did not get zero loose behind the cars in front of me, so all good there.
Well, I think AJ's a little fired up, but look at, he's been racing the one of Sam Mayer. He cleared him down here in 3 and 4. You guys saw it. And then Sam crossed him back over, and he all but laid the bumper to him down there in 1 and 2. And we've noted that Sam Mayer in the 1 is loose. He's been loose since the beginning of the race. He's still hanging on, and when someone puts their back bumper that close to you, loose is going to be the understatement.
Yeah, it's going to be looser.
Yes.
Austin, what do you have on the 54?
Yeah, someone who's been really quiet all day is Ty Gibbs, who's made up 20-plus positions, and he's already inside the top 10, working on stage points. Business as usual for him. He won the race here last year. Obviously had to go back to the shop in Huntersville, get them a new car, and it's obviously not much slower than usual is.
You see his teammate Trevor Bain right behind him. The two of them are just tag teaming right through the
Caution.
field here. You see Gibbs up to 8th and Trevor right behind Moffitt there. And there's a caution.
Brandon Brown's around.
Brandon Brown again.
It's been a rough start of the race for that team. So he's on flat left rear, yeah.
Yeah, what a nightmare for the crew chiefs, right?
Yeah. See the bottom of the screen, you can see him coming as he's already sideways down there on the apron, and you should wonder if that left rear blew out before he got in the corner or because of the spin. Hard telling, not knowing.
So we've got, let's see, 13 laps left in the stage. So we're going to come back to probably, what, 9 or 10 laps?
Yeah.
Who wants to play crew chief today?
You going to flip the stage here?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I see that there's definitely a possibility of doing it, but as much fall off as we've seen so far, 13 laps is still a fair amount. I mean, you're going to go back green probably with 10 to go or so.
I don't think you can.
I think you got to stay.
I think you can, yeah.
Now, maybe if you're, I don't know, Landon Castle, Austin Hill, Riley Herbst, maybe those guys right there.
Like
Austin
11th back?
Maybe you might think about it, but you got to have a good cushion behind you, right? If you're the only one to pit here and no one else comes with you, then they're all going to be lining up with 10-lap newer tires right behind you.
What about Brandon Jones? You know, you think at this particular time, you think it's you're hoping for more cautions. Maybe as you get 2 or 3 more laps, if you get another caution, you might be able to save a set of tires and just take your punishment early.
Yeah,
it's just a tough spot.
He's in a tough spot.
Yeah.
He's definitely put himself in a tough situation here. I don't know. I think he probably stays at this point.
That's why we drive.
Yeah. Do you ever get the, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know. You have the computer. I'm just driving.
Nobody coming.
That caution did work out well for Jeff Burton. He had his problems and will get the free pass. Makes life a lot easier when we have all these cautions. There's not a whole lot of cars a lap down, and you're able to overcome that issue really quick.
And we talked about refiring on old tires. 34 lappers, even tougher to get that forward drive in the restart zone. What's it going to be like in 1 and 2? You know, I think once you get through the gears on the front straightaway, you probably want the top lane. But how many spots do you lose from being in the top lane? You know, before that, that's where this choose gets pretty tough here. Tyler, what do you got on the 27?
Yeah, Jeff Burton came and got right side tires on that last caution, but it appears he's got a punctured right front. So he's not off to a good start for the 27. We'll see what happens here.
You got a caution there.
But 2 tires on when you don't really know what's wrong is sometimes kind of a gamble. But it looks like the gamble kept him, you know, only 1 lap down, and we're able to keep himself in the game.
Right, you can get the lucky dog here in you know 11 laps or so. You know, if he can keep himself in the lucky dog spot, and then they'll be all right. Between him and Brandon Brown, they're going to be fighting for the lucky dog and putting themselves in contention again.
So as we come to the choose, you know, I think the 8 learned something on the last restart. He actually did a pretty good job and maintained second. I feel like he'll take the front row again. And once you kind of get like 1 rep, you know, in that non-preferred lane, you can kind of change some stuff up of what you might be able to do a little bit better and try to get the lead. But at the same time, the leader knows that, and you're lined up against the same guy, and so the leader's going to do something different. So Grankson's going to go in a different spot in the restart zone. So it's always a big guessing game, but everyone's constantly learning, especially as your tires get older and it's really tough. Let's do it on some 5 radio.
Dave, sorry, that first time when I stopped, the power steering kind of like froze up. It felt like still that way, or is it just when you're in here? I'm in there when I'm coming to a stop. Maybe give it some gas when I do that. It's a low drag one, so you got to keep a little RPM for it to work.
Well, that's part of, maybe not driving that car every week, right? Ryan Priest doesn't run the Xfinity Series, doesn't drive the 5 every week. And I think, there might be some of the tendencies of the car, but I know you want the power steering to work, because when that doesn't work, you're in trouble. But I do want to watch Ryan Priest on this restart. He chose the third row on the bottom. He could have taken the second row on the outside, meaning he gave up a row to take the bottom. So he's laying up a couple spots in hopes of having a better restart and getting himself back into the 4th position. That's where he chose from.
Yeah, and that's really all going to be based on what Josh Berry does on the outside, right? If he can stay closer this time, he might be able to make something better of it than last time.
What a start by Josh Berry. Getting it going.
Yeah, definitely learned something.
Whoa, didn't see this one coming.
I think, now he's in the preferred lane, I feel like. He's already going to clear the 9. He's a great job. Yep. The 9's going to be in a really bad spot here.
Oh, that was tight. I don't think AJ liked that. Look at him still pushing him.
I did not think that was going to end as calmly as what it did. I thought they were going to get fenced.
Yeah, that's just a moment where Noah's like, if I don't get up right here, if I'm in the middle by the time I get to the next corner, I'm going to be in really big trouble.
Yeah, he would definitely have lost 3 or 4 spots by the time he got down to turn 3.
These restarts when, you have to go to the outside and stuff in the Xfinity Series is always really interesting to me because, you had the 9 car who was kind of dominating the race, I feel like. And now, you get a couple refires and some heat cycles on your stuff, and boom, now you're 3rd. It's always kind of interesting to see how everyone's car refires on older stuff. This to me tells me whose car is really good. Is if you can refire and you're still fast on these older stuff, on these older tires.
Yeah, and it's going to give us a good read on how good is Noah Gregson's car actually, when he's in traffic here, and we've seen him lead laps, but, as we see Josh Berry take off on the lead now, he is driving off.
See Priest just kind of work at the bottom here. He lost quite a few spots on that restart. He's back to 7th. Trying to work the bottom, and this is one of those places, if you try to go down to the bottom and make some moves, if you don't get cleared back up, you're probably going to lose a spot. So you got to be smart about when you make the decisions to try to pass them. And here you see Brandon Jones. He's got the tires. Don't forget, he's got some newer tires in the cars around him. Trying to get some stage points throughout this. He's sitting 11th right now.
Tyler, what do you have on a 9?
Yeah, listening in on Noah Gregson's radio here. Interesting development. Speed looks good, but Noah thinks he might be going down a cylinder here. All the gauges look good in his car, but he's just commenting that he doesn't think he has the power to start this race.
Well, he's got a long way to go to figure it out, and usually there's not a whole bunch you can do about that once the race has started, and you just ride it out. But it seems like he's still got some kind of power. He's still plugging away here in 3rd place and not losing much ground.
I'll tell you, someone who's been ripping the top is this 02. Oh, as he kind of got squeezed. But he's been running the very, very top and coming up really high off of 2. And I mean, just incredible speed to the cars around him. He's kind of put in a bad spot here, but he's been able to get these big runs, and that just shows me the track is continuing to widen out.
I am so impressed with Charlotte Motor Speed right now. The racing we've had, this is the old days, man. We used to run right up against the wall with these Xfinity cars, the Cup cars. I can't wait to get out there later and see what this is going to be like, because we haven't had a track this wide at Charlotte in years. This is great.
And when you have a track that wide, especially on the restarts,
oh, trouble! That's multiple cars.
Kyle Weatherman, Jeffrey Earnhardt in the mix. Ryan Vargas doesn't look like he has too much damage.
That car's not driving right.
26 is stuck here on the front straightaway.
That might end the stage.
Forever Lawn.
Yeah, they'll probably end the stage.
Here, unfortunately.
Joey's got some one-liners.
I mean, it just kind of was there as teed up. I felt like I had to hit that one. Let's see what happens.
That'll end the stage unless we get a red flag. And even then, it might still end the stage.
What it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like the 44 car was kind of down a half a lane compared to the 34 car that was in front of him, and the 26 was judging his space off of the 34 car and not the car that was actually beside him.
Yeah. I think the 44 is, just trying to get a little bit of air.
Yeah.
And that's just one of those weird things to where you can't really blame anybody on that deal. It's just tight racing and kind of cars coming together when they're sliding off a turn 4 like that.
And here your car just wants to shoot to the outside wall anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Off of turn 4.
I think that's just racing. Unfortunately, it's just a racing accident. And one thing I did notice, though, that from the shot before, a lot of cars drove through the grass. Here we see one. Watch a little bit of hang time here.
Yeah, but the noses are all still attached.
Something to do with that turf.
Turf down there
like
looks
that.
pretty nice.
That should be everywhere, Kevin. What do you think?
I think we should make that a rule.
Yeah. Saved a lot of cars in the race, though, because of it.
Yep. Exactly.
There's really not much that hurts worse than that unexpected grass ripping your nose off the car.
I mean, I've seen a car flip because of it.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Splitters dig in.
Yeah. After you make a good save or something and you bail to the grass and not just have your day ruined. So.
See Landon Castle riding slow. We'll have to get our pit reporters down there to figure out what he's up to. But he was definitely off the pace. We'll be back.
If it looks like an F-150, tows like an F-150, hauls like an F-150, thinks like an F-150, and powers like an F-150, it must be an F-150 hybrid. The 2022 F-150 Power Boost Hybrid. With 570 pound-feet of torque and 12,700 pounds of max available towing.
Little Caesar's Cheesy Stuffed Crazy Bread is crazy. Pick up Stuffed Crazy Bread and Crazy Sauce for only $3.49.
Is it too stuffed?
Probably not. Walk in and walk out at Little Caesar.
Pizza.
Hey, hon,
Hey,
want to do some laundry?
Some laundry.
Your Roman delivery came.
Oh, laundry. We can do that.
Want to do our taxes?
Oh.
Honey mustard.
We have to go.
Whatever you call it,
Want to do it?
be ready with Roman.
Okay.
Roman makes it simple and convenient to take care of BP. So when the moment's right, you're ready. Roman ready.
Making friends again, Billy? I like to keep my enemies close.
Guys, excuse me. I didn't quite get that. I'm hard of hearing.
Oh, hey, don't forget about the tense music, too. What did you say, tense?
I say suspenseful. Aren't they the same thing?
Can we move on, guys? Please.
Alexa, turn on the subtitles. And dim the lights. Okay, dimming the lights.
Think Dad's searching doggy diet plans for Josie? No, he's switching his choice cashback category to home improvement, so he earns more on a new doggy door. Extra large.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
I'm loving this new Mountain Dew Legend.
B-Dubs is the only place you can get it, my boy.
Kind of like Chicago being the only place where someone hit 14 threes.
Told you he was gonna bring it up. Hey, you gotta let it go, man.
Oh, I did. 14 beautiful times.
Not that anybody's counting.
You need the right office manager, like one who can answer that. Supply this, organize this. Oh, and do that too. Well, LinkedIn has tons of those people, so you can hire the right one.
Attention, please. Millions of AT&T and Verizon customers are suffering from unexpected price hikes and economic adjustment charges. But there is a solution. Right now, when you switch your family to T-Mobile Magenta Max, you can get up to $1,000. And you'll get T-Mobile's price lock guarantee. They won't raise the rates of your rate plan ever, because you are entitled to more.
If you've been impacted, act now. You may be eligible to receive up to $1,000 from T-Mobile.
And you should listen to me. I'm a British actor.
As we go across the green checkered, Josh Berry's going to win stage one. It's NASCAR Xfinity Series live from Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Eric Almirola, you nailed that prediction. You said Junior Motorsports would win the first stage, and there they go. Positions 1, 2, 3, and 6.
Well, like you said, we talked about it in the pre-race, and we see it again. They've won 8 of the last 8 stages. Now we see number 9. They are so fast. We talked about that goose egg in the win column for them. I still think they're going to erase that today and get the win.
For me, Ty Gibbs, Trevor Bayne coming from the back. Both made their way into the top 10. I think Trevor lost a spot there towards the end. The track is really wide. Ty Gibbs is putting on a show coming up to the front. We'll have to see with him starting towards the front of the stage 2, see what he can do with those JRM cars.
Well, a lot of action so far in stage 1. The race has only just begun. Back to you in the booth, Kevin.
Thank you, Brad. Yeah, JRM has only led 26 laps up until today at this particular racetrack. Can you believe that?
No. But they are going to blow that record away by a long shot. 9 straight stage wins in a row. And they've been winning races, too. It's not just stages. Here they come down pit road. Austin Cindric, bring us down pit road.
Yeah, we got Daniel Hemrick coming into the first pit stall here, and he's struggled with a tight race car. These tire cycles have not helped him out, so they're going to help him out here. And then we got his teammate AJ Allmendinger, who started the race seeing smoke in his race car. I think that's just hair gel burning off, but as the race went on, the tire cycles were helping a free race car. They're going to do some right rear air, and Tyler's next.
Yes, Josh Berry feels like as these tires have gotten cycles on them, the rear of the car is coming out of the racetrack. He's going to get drink bottled and 4 fresh tires to be on his way. Justin Allgaier feels like his car is coming to him. He thinks the resin is wearing off this racetrack, and as it's doing that, the car's going right where he wants it. And yeah, where he wants to.
You see the 9 car putting the hood up. We heard him saying maybe he was losing power or doing something. Maybe a spark plug came undone. But we got some radio.
It sounds like it's a down cylinder, but I don't know if it's a plug or what it is, but I don't see any smoke. You didn't see anything different when you switched everything, right? No, it was the exact same. I reset my gauges too, see if that would work. It's still running the same.
Yeah, and that's never fun. Especially at a place that's just a longer race than what you normally have.
They have not fixed the 10. They tried.
Well, I think as you look at everything that's happening, we are off to a really slow start here. We've had plenty of cautions.
Hey, babe, meet us at the bottom of the trail.
Oh, man. Hey.
Open up. The redesigned Chevy Silverado with a sophisticated high-tech interior.
Open door.
It's easy to forget it's a truck.
Thanks.
Nice truck. It was. Find new style. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too, by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Oral treatments can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms first appear. If you have symptoms of COVID-19, even if they're mild, don't wait. Get tested quickly. If you test positive and are at high risk for severe disease, act fast. Ask if an oral treatment is right for you. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too.
Purina One has the inside story on your pet's health. It starts inside the gut with Purina One with new microbiome balance. Natural prebiotic nutrition promoting gut health and immune support. Purina One with new microbiome balance.
Out here, you're a landowner, a gardener, a landscaper, and a hunter. That's why you need versatile, durable Kubota equipment.
The best Tundra ever has landed at Burdick Toyota. Purchase your all-new 22 Toyota Tundra with 2.75 for 60 months financing. Summer starts here at Burdick Toyota in Cicero. Shop BurdickToyota.com.
I heard they're like a peach a little bit. Is Tim okay? We got the new MyGM Rewards card, so everything we buy has that new car smell.
Stop. I will not. Food's here.
This smells like a brand new car.
Yep. Best-in-class rewards and a great way toward your next Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Cadillac.
And with all those points on everything we buy, we're thinking SUV. with leather.
A new kind of appreciation with that new car smell.
The best Tundra ever has landed at Burdick Toyota. Truckloads of the all-new 2022 Toyota Tundra are now arriving. Come reserve yours. Summer starts here at Burdick Toyota in Cicero. Shop BurdickToyota.com.
We are back at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Arby's 250, and we have finally got done with the first stage. Justin Allgaier, you see him coming by your screen right now, just got the lead off of pit road. Josh Berry chose already to the outside as they come back around to take the green.
What the hell? Someone spun out on the backstretch.
Landon Castle didn't get the problem fixed by changing the tires, so they've taken that car to the garage. We got one spun around on the backstretch.
I saw him going backwards out of the window, and
the road was in October.
Going on? Yeah, got confused.
I don't know what happened there.
Like Michael Waltrip at the wrong track there.
A good one. All right, here we go. Back green.
Stage 2 is underway. Green flag is in the air.
Gonna restart fourth after the trouble early. See what he can do.
Big pushes on the bottom there. Junior Motorsports cars in the top three. The one to Sam Mayer giving 7. A good push. He's gonna try to clear up in second. I don't know if he's gonna quite make that.
And Josh Berry, he's confident in that second, third, top groove, whichever one he picks. He's made a lot of speed off the corner there on the restart and going to take second back from Sam Mayer.
This is one of the first times we've had a restart though with new tires. They've been restarting on old tires over and over again. Now they've got 4 Mr. Feel Goods hooked to this thing, and they can throttle up hard. And you see the bottom is still, pretty strong. You see the 7 down there, but look at the run Josh Berry just made against the wall of 1 and 2. Huge run down into 3. I don't think you're defending much of that.
Move up to 1, but he's out there top. Outside top and 1.
Oh, he almost cleared him. So close.
Yeah, turn 3 is just tough when you get those big runs and then you have to go back to the bottom because there's a whole bunch of washboard bumps all the way to the bottom, so you have to be...
Oh, I'll tell you, the 8 and the 7 have been racing the heck out of each other today.
They have. And now Sam Mayer's there. Do it! Go through it!
And as a car owner, that's the worst. It's really good that they're all running up there, but when they're racing that hard, you're just waiting for them to wipe each other out.
Well, it's pretty interesting the way they're racing each other. No one's wrapping the bottom. The car's on the bottom. He's not finished the turn down there. They're just releasing the wheel and trying to put the dirty air on the other car. The 8 gets super loose. That's where we saw Brandon Jones spin out earlier. That's that bump Kevin was talking about. He did that dirty air. He barely saved that car right there.
Yeah, when you enter at the wall into 1, I mean, it is like 4 or 5 washboard bumps right away, and it feels like the rear end of your car is going to fall out. So, like Kevin said earlier, I mean, we haven't been running that high at this racetrack for a while, and maybe they've gotten worse, and we're definitely seeing that today.
Yeah, and I think the traffic has to be a little bit of that, right? You know, he went in to try to pull it down behind 2 cars, and it just wasn't as stable as it was, when he was by himself. Tyler?
Yeah, after hitting those bumps, you're not running high enough yet. You got to move up a little bit higher into turn 1.
See, that's what we need. Yeah, see, that's what we need.
Where have you been all my life?
I learned something for tomorrow. I just go to the right of it.
Yeah, so what you're saying, Tyler, is you need to have the left sides above the top seam to miss that bump?
On the wall. That'll fix all your problems. Just right on the wall.
Right on the wall. Spring you got in that thing, too.
If I tried this lane and I right side my car, I'm blaming you.
Okay, that's fine. I'm probably right side it too.
Tyler, if you are free, like I said in the production meeting, if you have some extra time, you can come make some laps in my car and make sure it's okay.
Well, I'll come down and top it in your car, and then I'll go out and make some good laps in mine. If you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
We did before the end of the commercial, we heard Justin Allgaier say in his radio to his crew chief that he feels like the resin might be wearing out a little bit. So, I mean, all these cars running up in the heat of the day, this stuff does wear out some. which I don't think is going to be a bad thing because the top is a little bit more dominant than the bottom. It'll equal the track out a little bit.
And the resin is a little bit different than the PJ1 because it's not dark. Like, it's hard to see. When it starts wearing out, like, you have to go with feel and kind of what the other cars are doing because you can't really see where it's at. It's almost a clear liquid.
Yeah, right.
Austin, do you have a report on anybody else's hair down there?
No report on hair, but you guys were making fun of my food intake during the break, so I just wanted to show what a well-prepared lunch looks like. We got apples, bananas, got a peanut butter and banana sandwich, some applesauce.
I remember when I was in
I didn't get any Arby's down here. Thanks for that. Jamie's got some more bananas and cookies. You guys got food catered to you. Jamie and I got
Austin, who packed that for you?
His mom called and she said to make sure he had sunscreen.
And by the way, I packed it myself this morning. Thank you very much.
Okay, good job.
So Austin just moved out of his parents' home and about, 6 months ago or so, and he talks a lot about his cooking skills.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good, Joey.
I thought it was Dino Nuggets, but apparently it's a little bit one step ahead of that.
Balanced diet.
All right, well, tell us what your favorite thing to cook is.
I'm kind of a fajitas guy. Fajitas are good. Pasta's pretty easy. I started to dabble making my own sauce. Made a few Caesar salad dressing making attempts. I love it. Jamie's going to try and eat my peanut butter banana sandwich, though.
Well, I guess that is the first step to moving out, being able to eat. So you're doing good.
My mom's a good cook, so I learned from the best.
Okay,
Good
good job.
To-go order, man. Can't go wrong with a to-go order. All right, back to the
Anyways,
how's
what else we
guys?
I did see the crust was cut off his sandwich too, so that was cute.
You think it was a PB&J, don't you?
I think it was.
Yeah. Well, we do have a race. I don't even know where to go from the PB&J and the lunchbox.
Probably just a commercial.
But the Junior Motorsports cars still are winning.
Yes.
So we're going to go to a double box so we can still watch the race and pay the bills.
Can't pay the bill. I lost my mind. I spent the night crying on the floor of my bedroom. And Doug.
Only two things are forever: love and Liberty Mutual, customizing your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. If anyone objects to this marriage, speak now or forever hold your peace. No, Kevin, no, not today. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Toyota, let's go places.
The city famous for its music is quiet now, but it's about to be overwhelmed by the symphony of speed. Nashville Super Speedway will be rocking from the pit to the grandstand. June 24th through 26th, the Allied 400 NASCAR Cup Series race weekend brings a mix of incredible racing and live entertainment. Tickets are going fast, so visit NashvilleSuperspeedway.com today and join the full throttle fun.
USFL football continues with another electrifying weekend. Tonight on FS1, the Breakers battle the Panthers. And tomorrow on Fox, the Stallions take on the Maulers. Real football for real fans. USFL football continues tonight and tomorrow on FS1 and Fox.
Welcome back to the Charlotte Motor Speedway and the NASCAR Xfinity Series race here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. These teams are doing some traveling. This is a heck of a stretch that they're on. Texas last week, back home to Charlotte.
And they're going way, way out west to Portland next Saturday on FS1.
And that's a cool track.
I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah,
I've never been there.
It's a cool track. I raced there a long time ago, before you were. Well, you might have been born, Ryan, but it's a neat racetrack. It's a really racy place. It's got a really tight chicane at the end of the front straightaway. Let's hear what AJ Allmendinger has to say.
Copy that. All good, man. Well, I'm just glad the car responded. This drive we're running in the top 5 instead of 10th. And you ain't gonna believe it, but we got 2 porta potties on pit road for 9,875 people. I can use one of those right now.
I could probably make the bet that all that communication AJ's might not be hearing. A lot of times there's channel 1 and channel 2, and a lot of times the spotter and crew chief may communicate a lot on channel 2 and maybe joke around and have a little bit of fun. But you know, they bring up a good point there. Kaulig has had a bit of a struggle here the last few weeks, and you know, you look at the way they're running now. AJ in 4th, Hemrick in 7th. You know, it seems like they've made a little bit of progress on their cars. As I say, Hemrick's getting pressured right now by Trevor Bain. Has a car that can really enter on him and exit low.
Man, that was loose.
That was big loose.
But there's not a more entertaining radio channel than Kaulig's.
No, I think it's Chris Ross. That's what makes it very entertaining.
Keeps everything fun. Keeps everyone in a good mood, I feel like.
Guys are racing so hard. We were talking about during the commercial break. The drivers in the Xfinity Series race each other so hard. It puts on a great race for everybody when they don't crash each other. It's an amazing race because they are running so hard. These cars are not easy to drive. Limited downforce. You hear them every week. They're off the gas a lot. They're sliding around. They're up against the fence right now. You know, searching for grip. And that's really fun to watch. I'm sure it's fun to be a part of.
So these guys are putting on a great show, the 7 and the 8. I mean, lap after lap after lap, they are 2 to 3, sometimes 4/10 faster than the field right now. So they are really, really fast, and they're probably the highest cars that I've seen. There's a couple guys that might stay on the wall a little bit longer, but they're putting out some really good lap times. See, Jeff Burton made a good comeback after having that flat tire.
Yeah, and this race has a little bit of flow to it now. Kind of has that green flag feel to the race, and maybe didn't have that in the first one. We had the most cautions we've ever had in one stage at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Right here, this is where you try to side draft him back. That's the 48. Austin Dillon's driving that car. He's trying to pull him back down the straightaway to get position into turn 1, which Jeff was able to do, and having a good recovery. There's a 10 again, back out on the racetrack. You saw him behind the wall. They were trying to fix it. They must have thought they fixed it. I don't think they did.
I think I jinxed us.
Yeah, that might bring out a caution. He's going pretty slow, and he's only about halfway down the backstretch.
I think there's a turn.
Oh, he's going to take the access road.
Landon Castle's done.
He's going to go visit the fans. Why not? He's got nothing else to do now.
What do you have on a 10 down there?
Yeah, it sounds like they've been working to fix the fuel pump cable on that 10 car, but unfortunately for Landon Castle, looks like they're still fighting an issue there.
They got to go find them there in the back straightaway in the infield and push them back to their garage.
Yeah, we might see Landon sitting on top of one of those motorhomes over there pretty soon.
We might.
Pulled off in the Roval chicane on the back stretch.
So this will be interesting. You know, we talked about everyone's really moving up and running pretty. Oh, we got a caution. Turn 2.
Oh, the 27's around.
We're just talking about his recovery. He was down 1 set of tires. Now he's going to be down 2 sets of tires.
Yeah, that's going to leave us about 15 laps left in the stage.
Exactly what happened. I was fixing to follow the leader to see what kind of line he was running. When I looked back at us, we were around.
Best things, made a good recovery. He was up to 15th or 16th there before he had his issue. I'd be curious to see what happened. Might have been one of those things where he just aimed high. Yep. You see the thing start shaking and bouncing, and that might not look like much from his onboard, but it is huge inside the race car. And really, I mean, it's really easy to spin out when you hit him like that.
Yeah, and you get driving in there and you just get more and more confident, and then all of a sudden you get in there too far, and that's what happens.
Yeah, it's not much room for error or anything like that. You just go right around. Austin, you got something on 18?
Yeah, Trevor Bain's moving up through the field still, and he's actually been setting some of the fastest lap times there at the end of that long run. So it sounds like his car's a little bit tight. He's got the grip in the back because he's talking about really being able to plant the throttle to get the thing to still rotate off the corner. So I think you give that car just a little more time and a little more track position. I think there'll be a threat.
You see both those Gibbs cars, all three of the Gibbs cars there, 5th, 6th, 7th. In 19, we talked about his struggles early in the day with spinning out. The same place we just saw Chip Burton spin out. You got Ty Gibbs coming from the rear and maybe slowing down a little bit, as they pick off those cars, and Trevor Bain doing the same thing as they try to come through. So sounds like they may have long run cars. Hearing about Trevor being excited about his car in the long haul. We haven't really seen the long run quite yet.
Yeah, I think as we see Jim Burton take off on another set of tires, like you said, Joey, he's going to be in a pretty tight box on tires. But it's going to be interesting to see how this high groove continues, because you have to roll the speed into turn 1 there, and we've seen a lot of trouble down there today. So we'll see where it goes.
What happens when performance meets power? You try crazy things because you're crazy and you like it. You get bigger, badder, faster. You can never have too much of a good thing, and power is a very good thing.
You're a printer! You're supposed to print!
I mean, is it the cartridges?
I don't know!
Magenta. Do you suffer from cartridge conniptions? Be conniption free thanks to the cartridge free Epson EcoTank printer. A ridiculous amount of ink and a set of replacement bottles are equal to about 80 cartridges. It's a perfect cure for
I thought you said you bought I did buy the magenta!
the Epson EcoTank. Just fill and chill. Available at
I've always wanted to do that.
Next round on me.
There is no pecan chicken salad sandwich quite like this one. Nope. This Arby's made-to-order masterpiece can't be topped, except very literally by honey wheat bread. Arby's, we have the meat.
We lost part of our forest to fire several years ago. We decided to stay and help it recover. People who have heavy machinery have the opportunity to reach out and help their neighbors for the common good.
John Morant, what can't you do?
Designing and modeling his own line of Hulu Couch Leisure? Wow.
Who knew that Hulu Plus Live TV came with over 75 live channels for sports, news, and...
This is Winval. What's up, Andy? How long did I miss your message for?
This is dumb. How much is Hulu paying?
Nürburgring Race on YouTube has been blocked. German and English streaming. They expect me to watch Motor Trend. Motor Trend sucks.
eBay Motors. They have all the right parts at the right prices. Whether I'm on 2 wheels, 4 wheels, or no wheels. Let's ride.
Tonight, it's a
Bro, this just sucks having to fucking stream on Twitch. I hate Twitch.
Michigan Panthers.
I mean, it fucking sucks. Twitch sucks.
Then tomorrow, the league-leading Birmingham Stallions take on the Pittsburgh Maulers at 2 Eastern on Fox. Oh, dang it. I was hoping that was Boyer.
But
I'd have to be strapped in.
we'll be back on YouTube next week. It'll all be okay. We'll be good.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Going back green here. We got 12 laps to go in stage 2.
What I see here is a 7. Taking the top. This is an interesting play.
I think it's the top lane, especially on old stuff.
Motortron has a glitchy and laggy stream. Fuck that.
You're gonna.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh damn. How do they save that?
AJ Allmendinger way down on the bottom. And Sam Mayer
said thank you. I will take the top.
Merry Christmas. I'm going to run the top. Oh, he still couldn't get it, though. I thought he was going to clear him. Yeah, I think
You're very heated right now. Me too, bro. Well, not at the moment, but just like this whole YouTube thing is bullshit.
It's a little bit of a struggle getting going. It might just be so slick on the bottom that it's hard to make run.
Josh Berry is having a really bad first 2 laps here for this.
This 24-hour race is one of the biggest, and I can't see it. Now the Nürburgring race, are they? Oh, Brandon Jones, is he gonna save it? Is he gonna save it? He saves it. Yeah, what I was asking is the 24-hour race, are they using like the whole Nürburgring circuit, like the fucking, just the 15 fucking mile circuit? Or are they just using like the Grand Prix part?
Slick at Charlotte.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bump of, I'm not happy that you pulled up in front of me. I'm not lifting.
And this is where everybody's fighting to get in that resin, which is pretty much the second lane on up. That's where the resin's, that's where the...
It's the condensed circuit. That sucks. I like the whole circuit, like the whole big ass thing.
Because he's got clean air. Look at, no one's in front of him. The 11's having to deal with the dirty air from the 18 there. The 5 gets to run the bottom with clean air. And now he's going to try to get up into position here. And then Trevor Dane in 6th spot.
And he actually made pretty good ground there. He passed 2 or 3 cars there on the bottom.
So he's still choosing to do it. Now, I think this only lasts for a couple laps on the restart before you don't have an option. You might have to be up in it.
The leader, the number 1 Porsche crashed. Jeez.
There's the 2.
Wait a minute, are you going to be in my stream tomorrow?
See how high he entered turn 1?
Look at the run he gets too off of turn 2.
He went up, we think, above the bumps. It's only
And I'm also recording this. So when I am able to post on YouTube again, I'll just post these replays on there.
Oh, man. These guys been racing each other so hard.
What's the weather for Indy tomorrow?
They've been racing each other since lap 1 of this race so hard. And
Tomorrow? Oh my god, I have to use an ad to look at the weather. That's fucking annoying. Can't even just get my weather. I have to watch an ad.
Great save in 3 and 4.
We crashed into 2nd place. That's funny.
Yeah, he was spinning.
Tomorrow, Indianapolis is supposed to be beautiful. Tomorrow, in Charlotte. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to watch the Monaco Grand Prix. Tomorrow in Charlotte is supposed to be beautiful. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to watch the Monaco Grand Prix. I might, but I don't know.
I'll tell you, Josh Berry has made a great rebound. Getting back to 2nd after...
Should I?
Back to 5th or 6th there on that restart. He's been running the top really well, so his car's really fast. I think he in the 7 right now, just a little bit better than everybody else. Tyler, what do you got on the 21? We got an issue?
Yeah, it sounds like Austin Hill in the 21, Alpine for Chevrolet. We may have a tire going down. Something to keep an eye on here with 5 laps to go in the stage.
Flip her home, baby. 5 to go in the stage. You just hope it doesn't blow out or whatever happens. Just get through it here. You see him off the pace for sure here at 1 and 2.
Yeah, and how many times have you guys been here late in a run where you don't really know the answer to that and your car's just so bad that you think the tires are going down? That's just Charlotte.
And these drivers are just getting higher and higher on the racetrack. AJ Allmendinger way up top there. You see him right against the wall. I think some of that is they're looking for fresher resin, right? If it's being worn off in the 2nd lane, where do you go? Higher. And keep looking for more. Eventually it's going to wear out up there as well. Take the grip while you got it, though. Trevor Bayne, you know, he was bragging about his car, how he was able to turn on throttle really well. But I look at his corner entry maneuver. Awesome. Look how he's able to enter right behind AJ Allmendinger, put the pressure on him. There's that turn on throttle he was talking about to get underneath him. This is where it's going to get a little trickier there on the bottom of 1 and 2.
Yeah, turning down the racetrack under a car right there, right on the top or middle, that is really impressive. And it shows that I think Trevor has a really good car on older tires. We'll see, you know, if that translates as we get to maybe a longer run here in the final stage.
Yeah, he's definitely got a great car and doing some great things with it. Grand Prix, same thing though, trying to make the same move on AJ Allmendinger here.
Yeah, you don't see him going all the way to the bottom anymore. Now they know that those guys are committed to the very top lane, and they're using the middle lane where there was some of that resin, but not as little grip as the very bottom has. So they choose that middle.
Yeah, something you see there too. Like AJ's
You're not happy? Me neither.
Corner is fast, you know, probably free in situation. He's trying to enter the walls. That's where the speed's at. But yeah, if you don't have that security on the entry, it's really hard to carry the speed in that you need to really make the overall lap time. Final lap here of the second stage. Justin Allgaier checked out. 1.8 seconds. Cruising here after that restart, though. It wasn't easy for him.
And these guys are just going to continue their streak at JRM. Allgaier is going to come back around to win their 10th.
Am I the only one here? Yeah.
That's pretty unbelievable.
That's bonkers.
So Justin Allgaier wins stage 2.
Again, another stage.
Well, the junior motorsports cars have done what they've done all year. Dominate so far. We'll see if they can continue.
I found the tow truck. We have to take down the security.
All right, the fuse box is right through the store.
Which one is it? Securing the package now.
Seriously?
Guys, abort mission.
Get your helmets. You guys are gonna love this thing.
I told you we should have just called them.
Think Mom's calling 911? Nope. She's switching her choice cashback category to dining, so she earns more on our backup plan. Delivery.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
I'm loving this new Mountain Dew Legend.
B-Dubs is the only place you can get it, my boy.
Kind of like Chicago being the only place where someone hit 14 threes.
Told you
This is shit.
Hey, you gotta let it go, man.
Oh, I did. 14 beautiful times.
Not that anybody's counting.
Tonight on FS1, the New Orleans Breakers battle the Michigan Panthers in prime time. And tomorrow on Fox, the Birmingham Stallions take on the Pittsburgh Maulers. The USFL tonight and tomorrow on FS1 and Fox.
Cookers, the best comeback dish ever.
I have unfinished business in the MasterChef kitchen.
It's my time to win it.
The dish is good, but it's not your average season.
In all-new MasterChef Back to Win, Wednesday on Fox.
Value is your neighborhood home center. For over 50 years, we've been here for the do-it-yourselfer in you. Did you know we have the largest spray paint selection around? The perfect color is waiting for you at your neighborhood Value Home Centers. Splash into savings with HTH Pool Supplies. Save over 40% on HTH Pool Shop, now only $3.99. The Algae Guard is just $11.97. Save over 30%.
Value for the do-it-yourselfer. Do-it-yourselfer in you.
McGuire Chevrolet is your premier heavy-duty destination. Whether you're looking to get stuff done or get lost in your next adventure, we have the heavy-duty truck for you. Camping, towing, hauling, be ready for anything. See our full inventory at McGuire Chevrolet of Baldwinsville.com.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
Do the shot, the zoom, the man, the bump, your hustle, the shuffle. You make me wanna dance. You make me wanna dance.
Bush's Baked Beans, the sure side of a good time.
Welcome back. NASCAR Xfinity Series live from Charlotte Motor Speedway on FS1. Justin Allgaier takes stage 2. Junior Motorsports sweeps the stages, guys, here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. No surprise of all the success they've had lately. Ricky, what stands out to you?
Well, Riley Herbst, right before that last caution, had worked his way into the top 10. That was one of the things I was looking at,
with him coming from the back and trying to keep those top 10s going. So fell back one spot there on that restart, but looking forward to seeing him go through, and also Trevor Baynes continuing to run his way up through the top 10, up into the top 5 there.
Yeah, and definitely.
Winval, look at this one.
Trying to keep going.
Look at this one. I hit it.
Well, I think Colleague, we talked about it earlier as well in the pre-race show. They're still looking for that speed. They got a little bit of
makes
short-run
rainbow
speed, it
colors
looks like in the race today, but they still don't have the long-run speed they need to be able to keep up with those JRM cars. So 10 stage wins for the JRM cars. I think we called it stage 1 and stage 2. We look kind of smart, Ricky. We hit the gas on that. And, I think they're going to have to go through the JRM cars to win this race today. If the JRM cars don't take each other out, they're racing really hard.
Yeah, there's been a heck of a battle there, guys. What do you see up there in the booth?
Well, Eric, I think that you better use that term loosely, that we're looking pretty smart, because I don't know I don't know that we're all that smart, but the JRM cars have been dominant. I mean, they've won 10 straight stages. They've led a bunch of laps today, obviously, but the thing that I see is Trevor Bayne. I want to see what happens now that he has some track position.
I like that car. That car looks like it's doing all the right things at the right times. I just want to know what his short run's like, right? We haven't seen him towards the front in the short run. We've seen the long run. He's able to keep making moves, pressuring cars, putting them in tricky positions, and capitalizing and making those passes. What's going to happen on the restarts? Got to have a good pit stop first as well.
Yeah, that's for sure. And we'll see where the track goes. Does the resin go away? Does it, continue to be right at the wall? So I'm curious to see as we get later on in this race, does it start kind of working back towards the bottom? And I think that's going to change the way cars handle too.
Well, there's only that last 4 to 6 inches, I'd say, up there in the Reddit groove. So we'll have to see how brave they actually get in getting close to the wall.
I haven't seen as many cars, getting the old Charlotte stripe. We talk about the Darlington stripe. When you start running up there, you would think that's going to happen. Austin, bring us down pit road again.
Yeah, I'm covering 2 race cars that are both in the top 5 and both complaining about being tight. I think that's a trend, but Trevor Bayne wants some fine adjustments. Still a little too gripped up, it sounds like, on the gas on exit. Seems to be helping him longer on speed like we talked about. Sam Mayer looking for a bigger swing, still complaining about tights, been complaining about most of the day. Wants a big swing from Andrew Overstreet. Tyler?
Yeah, Josh Berry is definitely pretty happy with this car. That last heat cycle on tires took him from being a little bit loose to where he needs to be. It's funny, Josh is frustrated with the 7, and Justin Allgaier, he is frustrated with Josh Berry, but he's feeling like he's a little bit tight in the middle. Good on entry.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of a hang up on the left front there on the 7 car. It makes you wonder if they actually got them all tight, but they were definitely waiting on the last lug nut there.
Well, you saw a heads up there with Justin Allgaier, actually, because they dropped the jack and he didn't really go. He kind of waited and let him stab at it a couple times. Let's take a look at that. You see his studs to left front here, and see how he kind of gives him a second and said, just make sure you get that. Yeah. That's a heads up veteran move of watching him still stab at that thing when it happens. Let's dial up Justin Allgaier. Justin Allgaier, Joey Logano in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. Joey, go ahead, buddy.
But you're keeping it very entertaining. You and your teammate, you're racing each other hard. All those JRM cars up front, just like we thought they would be. Also, a great heads-up call on maybe doing a little hesitant step there on pit road and letting your changer get that left front. How's that thing driving? How you gonna get back to the front from where you're at?
Well, obviously it's driving pretty good right now, Joey. Really, really proud of our team at Junior Motorsports. It's not been for a lack of adversity there, especially that last restart, but having adopted the Soldier Platoon and Unilever on the car, this weekend is such a cool weekend, obviously racing on Memorial Day weekend, and carrying these
Red Sox are leading, that's good.
Monday, and what that means for our country, and just supporting the men and women that have paid the ultimate sacrifice to our country. So, really proud of our team. We obviously want to get up here and try to get back up in the lead and win this thing, but it's a long way to go, and I know that we're going to have lots of battles before the end of the race. So, just keep after it here, man.
Heck yeah, man. We'll have fun. It's been fun to watch. We're looking for a long run. We're hoping we get some longer runs here in a little bit.
Yeah, me too. I think the cautions have really hurt us, and that's disappointing because I think this race is going to play out.
Andy, are you watching this race?
So we'll keep y'all entertained on TV, and hopefully.
Who's that with their jack? Fucking. Someone drove away with their jack.
We saw the 99 car dragging that $15,000 jack out for a ride around the racetrack there. Lots of carnage today. Track's tricky. Hopefully these guys can hang on to it.
If you're not watching, that sucks.
And Doug. Only two things are forever. Love and Liberty Mutual, customizing your car insurance. So you only pay for what you need. If anyone objects to this marriage, speak now or forever hold your peace. No, Kevin, no, not today. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too, by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Oral treatments can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms first appear. If you have symptoms of COVID-19, even if they're mild, don't wait. Get tested quickly. If you test positive and are at high risk for severe disease, act fast. Ask if an oral treatment is right for you. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too.
There's a reputation on the track, one that screams, bring it, loud enough so the whole world can see it coming. I am the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I am NASCAR.
We've got accessories for the everyday and ones that go much further. Accessories for your outdoor jam sesh and your inner child. Verizon has accessories just for you, handpicked for quality and performance to make your everyday even better. And for select products, when you buy more, you save more. Start shopping at Verizon.com/products.
You've got Verizon Fios Internet. Now get 5G Ultra Wideband from Verizon Wireless and unlock even more savings when you add a select 5G unlimited plan.
I'm gonna go out and enjoy life, it
$30
seems.
a month on your Fios Internet bill and up to $10 a month on your new
You're gonna go enjoy life, that's good.
plan when you enroll in mobile and home rewards. So game more, watch more, save more. Switch now to save up to $480 a year in combined bills. Only on Verizon.
And with an exciting new Toyota, you can take a trip to the beach, the city, the mountains, the desert, the bayou. I think I'm sinking. Definitely sinking.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to an absolutely perfect afternoon here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we still know Boyer's not driving that drone because it's still working. We've talked about food a lot up here as we've gone through the day. Oh man.
No, you don't. No. Pepperoni and a little sausage. That's all you need.
Tyler, you like pineapple on
going
pizza?
Hawaiian on us?
I like pineapple on pizza, on Mexican food, some ACP with some pineapple mixed in, and a burrito. Pineapple's great with everything.
I would tell you that I don't think that surprises me. Does that surprise you guys?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. We sent Adam out to get some Hunt Brothers pizza, but maybe he's still Hunt. Maybe he didn't understand.
I think he's just in the car eating it himself.
Yeah. Well, we definitely need donuts. Blaney's ate all the donuts up here.
Big donut guy.
Let's hear some radio.
All right, we're gonna go back green. It's gonna be halfway.
Exact way. I don't know I did anything different there, but man, he just stayed in it, just kept trying to turn me the infield there. What happened? We didn't talk.
So a lot of venting, but actually no one talking about it and getting it resolved. So I don't see that ending anytime soon.
Yeah, and Justin's spotter was definitely.
All right, back green here, halfway.
Here we go. Back green again, the third stage. The Arby's 250.
Oh wait, no, this next lap is
Josh
halfway.
Berry up there, Trevor Bayne on the bottom.
We talked about seeing what Trevor Bayne could do. You know, now that he's got a little bit of track position, we saw that car be really good at the end of that second stage. So we'll see where it shakes out. We'll see what short run speed he's got. And see if he can hit the bar. But it looks like he's wrapping the line really good.
Really good 3 and 4. Almost able to clear Josh Berry. Not quite. See if he can hang out here in 1 and 2.
Yeah, and that's what happened the first lap. He got loose through 1 and 2. But it looks like his car's a lot better on the bottom of 3 and 4 and slides up. Oh my God.
And we talked about this. These guys aren't even thinking about committing to the bottom and wrapping the corner to the exit. They are starting down there, and as soon as they hear their spotter say clear, they're releasing the wheel and sliding up. But look at Ryan Preece on the bottom, back up to second.
But it looks like you can get away with that bottom move in 3 and 4 if your car's handling good enough. But you need to be up the racetrack in 1 and 2. The bottom is not as good.
Well, tell Ryan Preece that.
I know, right?
Back to the bottom. You see, he's able to make a shorter distance, make some gains on Trevor Bayne in 18, but look at the momentum Trevor Bayne's able to carry down the backstretch, make up that difference. Well, I'll tell you what, boys, the Junior Motorsports dominance, they still might be leading, but the other two aren't up there.
Yeah, there's some new players in the game now, you know, the 5 and the 18. We'll see where their cars go as you know the 7's kind of getting rolling here. And it was actually, you know, we talked about not being able to wrap 1 and 2. He wrapped it better than most right there. He was able to kind of stay down, still didn't complete the pass, but that looks something that we haven't seen much all day, to be able to follow the line a little bit later on.
Yeah, it looks like you've got about 2 or 3 laps, and then if you don't find the hole, you might be going backwards.
There you see Ty Gibbs, Riley Hurts. You know, Ty, we expected him to come through the field probably a little bit more than where he is right now. He's running back here in 8th spot. You know, it's kind of where he's been, kind of hanging around that area. Riley getting really high.
Ty Gibbs got, or no, Riley Herbst, sorry, got into the wall a little bit there.
Push the wall just a little bit. We'll see if he's got a flat.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, Riley Herbst into the wall. That'll be a caution.
That's not pushing the issue. We talked about where's the resin going to go? Where's the grip level going to go? And, you know, we saw Riley keep pushing the groove up a little bit, trying to search for grip, and just ran out of it. And there's like a little spot to where, you know, that resin's kind of sticky, but then it holds all the dust from the racetrack and all kind of some marbles.
Yeah, I'm wondering what came first, is the chicken or the egg? Did he hit the wall and that's what cut down the right front, or is it just, this will kind of give us our answer. I wonder, was it going down? I'm not sure he hit the wall there.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was going down already. There, we see it is down as he goes into turn 3. Nothing you could do at that point. You were along for the ride.
Yeah, but it didn't look like he may have rubbed the wall just a little bit.
It should have been enough to
not cut the tire.
Yeah, I wonder if he's had a slow leaker. Here, let's listen to him here.
I don't even think he hit the wall.
Yeah, I don't think he hit it. I think he had an issue there, and then it really showed its head right here. And the good news is to all this, he was already up against the wall before the tire blew out. Yes, it did not help his day in any way, don't get me wrong. But he could have hit the wall way harder and ended his day. I think they're going to be able to fix this thing, put tires on it, and maybe be okay.
Well, while we've got a minute, let's get some updates from pit road here. Tyler, what do you have?
Yeah, Austin Dillon, at the beginning of this race, was really struggling being loose on entry and over those bumps, really everywhere on the racetrack. They made a really big adjustment on that race car and fixed the entry, but since been plowing center and all the way through exit. But they've been going back and forth on some adjustments. Before the last stage ended, they came down and made adjustments without taking tires. But it seems like the car's getting better, and that 48 car is heading in the right direction. Austin?
Yeah, it's a good discussion on the radio, listening to Trevor Bain. They gained 2 spots on that last pit stop. They only did air pressure adjustment, trying to just make that pit stop faster. Seemed to get the gain out of it, but obviously saw Ryan Preece really roll the bottom there. And he and Stevie Reeves, the spotter, were talking about, what lanes, where's it changing, and why is the short run speed struggling. So I think we've seen that car be good on the long run, but we had a lot of cautions today.
That we have. We have had a ton of cautions, and I think when you look at this particular race, you have to expect some cautions, but it's going to make it interesting here at the end because we're getting short on laps and shorter on tires, so we'll see what happens.
This summer, prime rib is the star. Bite into the new Primal Angus Thick Burger at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's. See Jurassic World Dominion in theaters June 10th.
We love our new apartment. Plenty of parking, big closet.
There's too much pressure in the bathroom.
Hey, good luck with the future in-laws tonight.
Don't overthink it.
But don't underthink it.
Don't talk about your cover band. Don't talk about your fantasy teams.
Don't talk about your cat.
You're gonna do great. At least Geico makes bundling our renters and car insurance easy.
We do save a lot of money.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Where are you going for dinner? 1987?
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
With Armor All, a little bit of this protects you from a lot of that. Armor All. Minimum effort, maximum protection.
Little Caesar's Cheesy Stuffed Crazy Bread is crazy. Pick up Stuffed Crazy Bread and Crazy Sauce for only $3.49.
Is it two stuff?
Probably not.
Walk in and walk out at Little Caesar.
Pizza.
It's bacon! Smoky bacon, meaty bacon, tasty bacon, bacon! Oh, and
Dogs go bonkers for bacon. And try new bacon pizza flavor.
Pizza!
There is no pecan chicken salad sandwich quite like this one. Nope. This Arby's made-to-order masterpiece can't be topped. Except very literally by honey wheat bread. Arby's, we have the meat.
I've always wanted to do that.
Next round on me.
eBay Motors. They have all the right parts at the right prices. Whether I'm on 2 wheels, 4 wheels, or no wheels. Let's ride.
Think Mom's calling 911? Nope. She's switching her choice cashback category to Diner, so she earns more on our backup plan. Delivery.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
Tonight, Baseball Night in America is back on Fox. Mookie Betts and the Dodgers battle the Diamondbacks, or the Phillies take on Pete Alonso and the Mets, or Cubs White Sox. It all begins tonight at 7 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Check local listings for the game in your area. Let's see a little on this date. May 28th.
Golden Gate Bridge opens up. 1937.
Didn't look open there.
First night game at Yankee Stadium.
Al Unser Sr. wins his third of 4 Indy 500s. Look at this guy. National Hamburger Day.
Come on.
With the Daytona 500
Is that
trophy.
like the win? Is that your win lunch? Did you
That was
cheap out?
post-race of the Daytona 500, bought the Harley J and everything, and picked out a Steak and Shake. Good excuse for a cheap day.
Okay.
I mean, you should have at least gone for some steaks or something, bud. I
Steak
mean,
burger.
you couldn't have. I know you can afford a little
What
bit more than
happened
after
after
that you
Steak
win the
and Shake?
500.
What happened after Steak and Shake is not talked about on TV.
I don't believe any of that, Austin. I believe zero amount.
Okay.
I know that.
All right, going back green here. 91 laps to go when we take the green flag.
Mom didn't let me, but I had one anyway.
And we're coming to the restart zone. Josh Berry decides to take the top.
Green flag is in the air. We are racing again.
And the 5's done good on the bottom here, so don't count him out. Look at him roll through 1 and 2. This is his spot. If he's going to get the lead, it can happen down here in turn 3.
Ooh.
Oh, man. See some contact there. Back 5 or 6 rows.
Momentum from the 5, and I think he's going to clear him.
It's going to be tight.
Oh, big crash.
Crazy back here.
That's a big one.
See the 48.
Jesus.
Like he may have had a tire down.
That's a multi-car crash.
Joe Graff Jr., Ryan Sieg, unfortunately. Gosh, that looked like, I believe the 48 had a tire go down, and everyone just, it was almost like a Ricky Daytona or Talladega. Came up and everyone just sandwiched on in there. Innocent bystanders.
Yeah, it definitely has, you know, when you're committed to running that top line and you have somebody to plug it up, there's 50% less ways out. It's hard to slow down. And you hate to see that. Ryan Sieg and his team, those guys work so hard to get to the racetrack each week, and they've done so well.
So they're going to stop the race here.
Resources and things that
I'm going to have to take a shit.
They just keep getting better and better. Car tore up today. Let's see what happened.
You see the 48 there at the bottom coming off of the corner down here, turn 2 down the back straightaway. Little contact there, which might have been where the flat tire comes from. And there you see he's having issues and they slowing down.
Yeah, he knew he had a problem and he was just trying to slow down, and everybody else just couldn't get checked up fast enough.
I think that little bit of contact, Kevin, off of turn 2 was enough just to cut the right front down.
Yeah, you see the tire mark on the back of Brandon Jones's
You see the sparks right there.
Yeah, tires down.
Oh, gosh, just nowhere to go for all these guys. All these guys here in the back did a good job getting this thing cranked to the bottom. You may be on TV saying, why did they just turn left? They're already turning left as sharp as they possibly can, going at the speeds they are, and trying to whoa a car up to change directions is what they're already trying to do. So trying to ask more of it is always very, very challenging.
And as a driver, you're kind of in a position, too, to where you don't want to just slam on the brakes and get rear-ended from behind and turn yourself. So it's always, to me, it's always a balance of how much do I slow down to try to miss this? But in those guys were just a wad of cars there that were...
You see Ellis just barely getting through there, missing the back bumper of Ryan Sieg by an inch.
And everything happens so fast, you know, and sometimes you just can't react fast enough. But
well, we'll get all this cleaned up, see if we can come back and make some consecutive laps here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Your mission, stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms. Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq relief. With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates it to help stop the attack.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Talk to your rheumatologist about Rinvoq relief. Rinvoq, make it your mission. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Rinvoq.
I love my new home. I always wanted a house with historic architecture, but it might be too Victorian.
Hey, gosh, interesting hemline on those pants.
Yes, I do believe they're called pants.
Pardon me.
No, pardon me. At least Geico makes bundling my home and car insurance easy. I save so much. Just text me while I'm heading up.
It's a ghost.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
It's called self-care.
Welcome to the future. Some assembly required. But if there's one thing this country has always embraced, it's a challenge. And after almost 120 years of building for those challenges, we're taking the vehicles you know by name and making them electric by revolutionizing the way they're built and where they're assembled. Not for the few, but for the many.
You need the
right marketer. Like one who can optimize this, balance that, launch these, and wrangle all of that. Well, LinkedIn has tons of those people, so you can hire the right one.
Sorry, I just locked in a great refinancing rate for my student loans with Credible.com.
Woo! I'm the credible. It's either credible or it's not.
Tonight on FS1, the New Orleans Breakers battle the Michigan Panthers in prime time. And tomorrow on Fox, the Birmingham Stallions take on the Pittsburgh Maulers. The USFL, tonight and tomorrow on FS1 and Fox.
Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway, and we have had our share of carnage today.
And fire.
And fire, apparently.
This is maybe the biggest piece of carnage we've seen so far.
Definitely the most in one pile.
A lot of cars tore up there. These restarts are so aggressive and a little bit of contact. We've seen a couple tires get cut down from contact and some innocent bystanders here. Austin, you got something for us here?
Yeah, I had a lot of guys complain under caution. They obviously had a really big wreck, and there is trash and debris all over the racetrack, and they're very concerned about their tires. They also don't have too many sets of them left, so I want to protect these for sure. Off to Tyler.
Yeah, it sounds like Noah Gregson here. They're coming down and changing one more plug wire on the engine of their Chevrolet. They clearly seem like they have okay speed, even being down on the power, but they got back on the lead lap, which is good for them. And they're trying just to throw some more things at it, see if they can find the issue inside their car, and hopefully get back to the front.
And those guys have done a great job of managing their day. That's what you hope for when you keep running around a racetrack, right? You hope that you have carnage and cars fall out of the race and all kinds of things happen so that you can get some points out of the race. So
well, they
doing
keep
a good
trying
job.
to fix it, right?
Yeah.
They're in hopes. They must have changed all the other spark plug wires and spark plugs and everything else they can do. It's all they got left.
I wonder what those guys in the studio are doing.
Nothing. Eating ice cream. Look at them. Eating ice cream.
Oh
Jeez.
my gosh.
Hey, you guys don't have any Fox staff bringing new ice cream up there?
No.
No.
We had donuts a little bit ago.
We're doing great.
We've got
Adam.
Adam.
Pizza.
Adam's over here just sitting down. He's wondering what we're even talking about. We don't have a headset on.
He's searching Twitter right now saying, "Oh, my job looks pretty good." Oh yeah.
I'm getting a raise.
Well, you guys enjoy your ice cream. I'm glad that you guys are.
Ice cream goes really good
paying
with all those
attention.
caution laps.
Yeah.
We wouldn't know.
Well,
So Shannon takes care of us down here. You guys got pizza. We got ice cream. Everybody's happy. I got the strawberry shortcake, by the way.
I'm going other.
So strawberry.
I'm a chocolate or vanilla guy. Just depends on my mood.
I like getting Neapolitan. Get all three of those flavors combined, and it's pretty good.
Look at you getting fancy. Mint chocolate
Neapolitan,
chip.
wow.
You can't go wrong with mint chocolate chip.
You can go way wrong with mint chocolate chip.
Little chocolate syrup on it.
What are you guys eating there, Brad? What kind?
Yeah, I'm all strawberry shortcake here.
This strawberry shortcake's good, but I'm more of a chocolate guy.
I'm a chocolate guy too, but it's pre-race or pre-practice and qualifying, so I went for the real fruit bar strawberry flavor.
There you go. Always healthy, Eric. Always healthy.
Hey, and by the way, pineapple does go on pizza.
Yes, it does.
Only for a few.
They're way off on this pineapple thing. That's not how they designed pizza to be, okay? When they're in New York City, they get the pizza going. They didn't think pineapple.
You got the Italian,
the pepperonis,
pizza,
the sausage.
He talks like he's from New York. He's from Connecticut.
Yeah.
We finally got Joey to not laugh. Well, now it's back. We tried. We wanted to know how many times you were going to laugh during this broadcast, and you've already blown away all the odds here, Joseph. So I lost that bet.
I got a bit of a Kenny Wallace laugh. I already know.
The guys that are actually having to work, that don't have ice cream and don't have pizza and don't have snacks and donuts, are down on pit road. So let's go check in and see what's happening down there.
Well, way to make it sound like a depressing place, but two Austins that are not overly happy with how the life is right now. What do you think? Been a tough situation down the backstretch.
Yeah, I didn't know I was 3 wide until it was too late. He said 3 wide, and I was already in the door of the 19, and my right front started cutting down, and I tried to get woed up, but I couldn't get there. I should have tried to get farther off the track. But unfortunately, I hate we wiped out all those cars like that. he started to say they're going to put you 3 wide, and I just thought the 19 was there, and we hit right there, and it knocked my right front down, and that was pretty much it.
It's a tough deal. Somebody bring this guy some ice cream.
Well, Austin, I guess the only thing more depressing than having to interview the second place guy is having to interview somebody at the Infield Care Center. So, good job with that.
Could have brought him ice cream, I guess, to make it better.
Yeah, that's
He
what we
did say
should
that.
do. We should
That
get
would
some
make
ice
it better.
cream.
If you're in the Infield
Way
Care Center,
better.
like, you're already hot, angry. Get ice cream, man.
That should be standard in all Infield Care Centers.
Yeah, they should have a cooler of it.
Ice cream. Make you feel better.
How about some fastest laps here, guys? Josh Berry, 30.63. He's got it going. What I see is JRM 8179. Top 4 cars, all JRM, all fastest.
All 5 are Chevrolets.
Yeah. I see that.
Good job. All right, Tyler.
Yeah, so again, no ice cream down here in this bit, and you know, it is tough to watch the car you win and get crashed. So I'm a little bit sad about that. So I was hoping we were going to keep that thing together and win some more races, but the guys back at Big Machine Racing are going to have some work to do. Tough day.
Well, I got a question for Tyler. Is that the same car you raced last week?
It was.
They
yeah.
turned it around.
It
Wow.
was. Yeah. So they got some more work to do now, unfortunately. Hate that for those guys.
Well, we have solved a lot of problems here. We've figured out how to make things better at the Infield Care Center. We figured out that the studio isn't doing much, and the Infield Care Center interviews should have ice cream. Austin, what do you have?
Yeah, still no ice cream down here. Maybe Anthony Alfredo Pasta Boy here can hook me up with a dude wipe because it is getting swampy down here. But tell us about your day. Sorry you got hooked up in that wreck.
It was pretty rough. You know, we just didn't have quite the balance we needed in our dude wipe Chevrolet Camaro, but came from the back twice, drove all the way up to the top 12, so I think we had a solid car. We just, third week in a row, had an issue on pit road and had to go to the back, and just like last week, got caught up from something in front of us, so that was pretty big. Need some dude wipes to clean up after that one for sure. We just got cleaned out, and there was just nowhere to go. You know, they just all kind of wrecked from the bottom all the way up the top, and we went into it, got hit from behind, all 4 sides, it felt like, but just unfortunate. It sucks. We had such a good streak going. We hadn't had any incidents the last 2 weeks. We've had 2 wrecked race cars, and we don't have enough of them. So it's going to be tough to rebound, but we'll do our best. Fortunately, we got a road course up next, so we can take that car there and try to have a good run. But just thankful for the opportunity to be here. Not what we need at being on the playoff bubble, but we're just going to have to go win one.
Yeah, tough luck for a playoff bubble car. Thanks, Anthony. Need another ice cream. Looking for maybe a third one here. Ryan Sieg got caught up in that deal. I'm trying, man. This guy's the first one to smile in the Infield Care Center. I appreciate that. Tell us about your day. Sorry you got caught up in that wreck.
Yeah, no, it sucks here in Charlotte. We had a good A-game forward. We had good Ralph Shades power all day. Just trying to get a handle on it. It was a struggle. And then the 48 looked like he had a problem. I think him and the 19 got together, and he had a flat. So I tried to check up and then go around him, and then others just didn't get the message. Just a racing deal right there. Just tough here at Charlotte. But all good. Hopefully get it together and go to Portland and try to have a normal race.
Heard that. Another ice cream down here for Sieg, please.
Well, the ice creams are better than handing out dude wipes, Austin. So I think it's that was a long caution, and I think as we go back to green here, we're right back in the same situation that we were at the beginning of the race. Now we're having to refire on used tires, and the groove's up all the way against the wall, and it seems like the outside lane is the preferred groove now on the restarts, except for now.
You would say that. I think this is the difference between different tendencies in drivers and cars. Ryan Preece is the leader of this race. We didn't note that very well. He chose the bottom because he just got the lead from the bottom. And we talked about how good his car is, wrapping the bottom, putting his left sides on that paint and wrapping it. Josh Berry is not that car at all. He has been committed more than anybody on the top. So now you got 2 cars on the front row, both with strengths, but completely different strengths. And now we're going to see how that is when they're lined up side by side. This is going to be a fun restart to watch.
Sorry about that. We'll see how the bottom is on, used tires. Can you keep running the bottom and hooking that line as long as you can with stickers? I don't think you can, but Preece's car, it might just be working the best down there on the bottom, unlike everyone else's.
All right, back green here. 81 laps to go.
but it could have been a lot worse. And the 8's going to prevail here and take the 7 with him.
Yeah, I think AJ prevented that from being a lot worse. He could have stayed in the gas and probably turned the 7 there, but it all worked out. And it's a little bit confusing, right? For me sitting here watching, it's kind of like one time, like you said, one time the bottom goes, one time the top goes. Definitely depends on the car and the launch, I guess, on the restart. But it's been very two-sided, I guess, as to which lane is the successful lane on the restarts.
To your point, Kevin, there's so many variables that go into it, right? It's where's your car strong? How many laps are on your tires? That was one big piece that was different, where he was able to take the lead before. Now is a refire. Is your car not refire as well? You're going up against a car that's been very, very strong with Josh Berry, that's led a lot of laps here today. Got a stage win. It's going to be tough. Ty Gibbs.
We've seen like
half
sliders into one, you know, all day. And like, you think about clearing them up, but you don't. And, hey, Tyler, do you got some more info on the 5?
Yeah, definitely listening to the 5's radio. He's been talking about it quite a bit. Struggling to really make the front tires work on his race car around really anywhere off of the bottom of the racetrack. So that's why he's been running down on the inside and chose this on the car.
Yeah, that's great information as you look at the Hunt Brothers Pizza onboard, or the Ford Performance onboard here on top of Ryan Priest's Hunt Brothers Pizza Ford. But when you have a tight race car with the front end and you can't carry that speed on the top side on the entry to get back to the throttle that shoves the nose, you can't make the speed through the center of the corner, so he's having to run the bottom.
It looks like the 9, you know, he got the lucky dog. Feel like they fixed the motor. Looks really fast. We haven't talked about him a lot today just because he's had that issue of one lap down, but
still definitely something wrong with that motor, don't you think? Second half of the straightaway?
I don't know. I don't know if it was just him coming off the bottom or middle or not.
I'd say, I mean, as close as he able to stay there to the 2, I think that thing's running. It's a replay. Looks like we may have had a bit of a close call here. Oh.
Yeah, the 2's done a good job of rebounding from his pit road penalty earlier to get himself back in contention.
Nice move by Noah right down the center there. Look at it. Look at this move. Excuse me.
I mean, his car was, you know, obviously really fast early, but we saw he led the first, you know, 20 laps until he had the issue. So, yeah, I think if they get a couple more cautions, he might be right back in this thing.
Like, guys, he's running 11th. He's passing cars 3 wide in the middle. Those are some gutsy moves that really could have ended up in a bad day, but he's finding holes where he can and moving forward. Up against the wall, kind of what we would expect from Noah. That's a common move I think you see from him. He likes to run the wall.
And it seems like that bottom in 3 and 4, you can definitely get away with it, but it seems like the groove is kind of moving into that Homestead style, right against the wall if you want to be really fast in the high groove, especially through turns 1 and 2 right now. Well, we're in the middle of a green flag run, and racing has been close all day long here. We'll be back for more.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic.
Make my way back home and learn to fly.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
It's still the eFresh refresh, and now Subway's refreshing their Italians. Like the new Supreme Meat, topped high with new Italian-style capicola. That's one half of Italian.
Thanks.
Not you, Garoppolo. Subway keeps refreshing and refreshing and refreshing.
I am tradition, passed down from the families that race to the ones that watch us every weekend.
You know, it's all I've ever known, racing.
I was fortunate
meant to be passed down from one
Red Sox
generation
win.
to the next. Because the only thing better than seeing a race is sharing it with someone. I am NASCAR.
One of NASCAR's crown jewel races on Fox.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
We're racing for game.
Of the United States of America.
Today is a day of tribute.
And to the republic for which it stands. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Back at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, as we look at these guys just rip around the top of the racetrack, Joey.
Yeah, we've seen this track move around. I tell you what, this is one of the best Charlotte races I've seen as far as the track moving around. The 16 has it right front down. Awesome, what do you got?
AJ Allmendinger with an issue.
Race car throughout the entire run. He's dropped like an anchor, and he's obviously got a right front tire down. He's coming down pit road. Don't know if he ran over debris under that last caution. Sounded like something drivers were concerned about, but not ideal for AJ and the 16 team.
Yeah, and AJ's had a top 10 in every race this year, so those guys have done a great job in battling and getting good finishes. But I looked up just at the time that he was rubbing the wall through the middle 1 and 2 as the car smoked, and I'm sure that's what cut the tire down. Tyler, what do you have on the 9?
Yeah, so Noah Gregson, bit confusing. They clearly have speed right now, but they do not think they have their engine issue fixed. But yeah, I'm watching Noah rip the fence. It's getting me all excited here and excited to go practice here in a little bit. So 9's rolling in the right direction. Whether he does have power or not, it seems like he's making it happen. I mean, look at that. That's right where I'd want to be.
You know, he's come by here since he's gotten a little bit of a gap, and it still sounds off. Like, we can hear it from the booth. They still sound, but he's still ripping. So
yeah, I think he's going so fast through the corner that it makes it run okay the first half of the straightaway, and then you see that it's not running the second half of the straightaway.
Yeah, I think you're right, Wayne. It definitely doesn't sound right. But you can't even notice that the run he's carrying off the top is so big, I guess.
It's like being down a cylinder like a Richmond wouldn't be a bad thing.
Right, you know? At Richmond, but we're at Charlotte where he's on the horsepower. I mean, he's fast. His lap times, you know, I've been watching the lap times here. He's within 3 or 4 tenths of the 8 and the 7, which have been the strongest cars all day long. So he's moving through the field for sure. See Ryan Preece fighting Sam Mayer. These guys are running a little bit lower on the racetrack, but we've heard Preece talk about how this car works on the bottom. We haven't seen Preece really run the wall. He's run more of the bottom of the resin, which would be the second lane.
There's something I've started to kind of notice with some of the guys that have they run up the racetrack. The 18, you know, the 9 starting to do it. A couple guys, they're really starting to angle down off the turns forward, like to the splitting the seam. So we could see maybe some of the resins going away. The 8's doing it a little bit, and the 7. So it's interesting how this is one of those things that track changing and drivers changing their line. It's one of those neat things throughout the races. The 1 has finally gotten underneath the 5.
Yeah, and moving around is definitely one of those situations where you kind of just go by feel, right? And then you find something that works, and then you grind it out until it doesn't work anymore and go from there. So we'll see if this keeps moving around.
What's it like having Xfinity internet? It's beyond gig speed fast. So gaming with your niece has never felt more intense. Hey, what does this button do? Don't! We're talking supersonic Wi-Fi, 3 times the bandwidth, and the power to connect hundreds of devices at once. That's powerful. Couldn't have said it better myself. You just did. Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything. Whoa. For Toyota, racing isn't all about the numbers. Like 162 Cup wins.
Or 3 Cup Series championships.
How about those 3 Daytona 500s?
It's about the thousands of bumps and bruises. It's the millions of fans and the endless rain of confetti. It's the countless I love yous. Our success is in a generation of memories. Here's to the next.
There is no pecan chicken salad sandwich quite like this one. Nope. This Arby's made-to-order masterpiece can't be topped. Except very literally by honey wheat bread.
Arby's, we have the meat. USFL football continues with another electrifying weekend of gridiron action. Tonight on FX1, the New Orleans Breakers battle Jeff Fisher's Michigan Panthers in prime time. Touchdown! Then tomorrow on Fox, the league-leading Birmingham Stallions take on the Pittsburgh Maulers. Real football for real fans. The USFL tonight and tomorrow on FS1 and Fox.
Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're in the middle of what's getting ready to be the end of a green flag run. Or the end of a cycle. We can't call it a green flag run. We're getting ready to be at the end of the cycle that could result in green flag pit stops.
We're here maybe 10 to 15 laps, probably closer to 15 here, but, you know, it kind of begs the question, right? We have quite a bit of tire fall off here. They're running a couple seconds slower than their fast lap. And you ask the question, do I short pit? If I pit a couple laps before, I get a couple seconds a lap quicker. But as many cautions have been in this race, there's some risk, right? If you pit and then the caution comes out, you're trapped down a lap, you're going to lose your track position. So it's tough, but you see the battle for the lead has tightened up as it gets your dirty air here with the lap traffic.
Yeah, the guy who's hoping that the caution doesn't come out and that cycle goes all the way around is A.J. Allmendinger. He had to pit for his flat tire. And if that does come into play, guys, what's going to be the hardest thing for these guys to deal with as they come to pit road? Because most likely they probably didn't practice much of it.
No, I mean, that's one of the biggest things with the very limited practice that we have now is we used to practice that all the time. You know, when we had 2, 3 practices throughout the weekend, you practice that stuff all the time. But I doubt everyone has. You know, the top 2, Barry and Allgaier, they're so far out in front. It's going to be really close. You know, if Allgaier short pits Barry by a lap, maybe he comes out in front of him. So that's kind of one of those games that crew chiefs are going to be thinking about right here as we get closer and closer to that cycle.
And typically teammates may tell each other when they're going to pit. I don't think in this scenario you're going to tell them because that is your chance to win. It's only the 2 of you in this race if it goes green. You look at Sam Mayer back there, 7.5 seconds, or 7 seconds back, sorry, from these 2 guys. So it's really a 2-man race if it goes green.
Yeah, one thing I love about Josh Berry and just he brings that short track mentality to the racetrack. I know we talked earlier about the little bumping and banging, but that's just how you race on the short track, and he has brought that fire here.
Well, it's fun. I got to talk with the junior motorsports guys this week as I sat down and do an interview with them, and you know, Josh Berry's been there longer than Justin Allgaier. Yeah. Just doing all the different jobs you could imagine, from gluing the lug nuts for pit practice to driving Xfinity cars. He's done it all there. Pretty cool success story.
Brandon Jones, he's had a very eventful day, from his caution to that great save at 3 and 4 to contact with Austin Dillon. He's rebounded pretty good. He's one of the guys who is down a set of tires that hopes that we do this with one green flag stop and then it runs to the end.
So the caution comes out for him after he gets 15 or 20 laps on those tires.
He's in big trouble. And you look at Sam Mayer, and I think today was a great test for Sam Mayer today. Qualified on the pole. What's his car going to drive like in the race? Tough racetrack, and he's done great. And you know, I think Trevor Bayne has also done a great job. I really thought that he was going to contend with those the 8 and 7 car of Josh Berry and Justin Allgaier, but just seems to not quite have the speed that those 2 cars have.
Not quite, but you know, you keep yourself in contention, right? He's up here in 4th. It looks like he's going to try to pass the 3rd here shortly. All you need is a caution and a good pit stop. You got shot on a restart to do something. And so you just got to keep yourself close. That's what the veteran race car drivers are really, really good at. It's just staying close enough for something good to happen and then capitalize on it and finishing better than maybe you should have because of the execution of the race.
Yeah, this is probably the first time that Ty Gibbs, for him, it's been pretty cut straightforward. As he's come to this racetrack before, he's run the bottom of the racetrack, grind away on the bottom of the racetrack, and sometimes in the middle. But this top groove is not something that a lot of these guys have seen.
Yeah, ever. For a lot of them, they've all been here. Yeah. A lot of these guys haven't been racing that long. I mean, take Allgaier out, but and Allmendinger, but most of them never seen top work here before. And there it is, working right there. The 54 working on Ryan Preece. That run off the top. That's what it's all about. Carrying momentum down into turn 3. Prepare before you get in. A little slider here, all the way up. Preece will try to cross him back over. He's going to try to, he's not going to find him at all. I'm just going to get right back in line. Yeah, he's going to keep going.
Well, we're in the middle of our longest green flag run of the day that is most likely going to lead up into green flag pit stop. So we'll have that when we come back.
They say that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one single step. But maybe it begins with one single start. Turn, bump, grind, pit, pass, win.
It's crazy what happens on the last lap here.
And celebration. In NASCAR, that journey starts here. I am the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. I am NASCAR.
Hey, Gracie, tell Mom and Dad they gotta see the living quarters. They are awesome.
Mom, Dad, Junior wants to show you something up on deck 3.
Right now, we just started.
Don't worry, we have plenty of time.
Expectations come with the territory. But raising expectations, that comes with determination. Pushing ourselves further, and knowing that recognition isn't given, it's earned. Ram, J.D. Power's #1 brand at new vehicle quality. No wonder more people are switching to Ram than ever before.
Now get 0% financing for 60 months, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2022 Ram 1500.
There is no pecan chicken salad sandwich quite like this one. Nope. This Arby's made-to-order masterpiece can't be topped. Except very literally by honey wheat bread. Arby's, we have the meats.
Mom, can we go inside and get ice cream and see where we live? What about the zip lines? We gotta ride the zip lines. And the animals. They have animals, Mom. Oh, and VR.
Junior, I promise, you can do it all.
Woohoo! Best day ever!
Wednesday on FS1, it's time for Shohei Ohtani and the Angels. It's time for Aaron Judge and the Yankees. It's a special night of baseball, Wednesday on FS1.
It's the longest running military contest in America, where 51 elite teams swim, run, climb, and crawl over 70 miles to determine America's top ranger. Only on Fox Nation, America is streaming.
Welcome back to Charlotte. We're in the middle of green flag pit stops. Austin.
Yeah, we got 18 Trevor Bayne on pit road, one of the earliest leaders to come down, and he's been really struggling with the tight race car, but he's driven up from the back half of the top 10 all the way into the top 3, so that car is really fast for him right now, just trying to free it up.
Yeah, and as we come back from the break here, the biggest thing you want to do here, the crew chiefs are going to be yelling and screaming, get all you can on the entry to pit road, but don't speed. And I believe the race could be won or lost right here between the leaders. Austin?
And we got the 19 of Brandon Jones, who's had a very eventful day. Don't even know how many sets of tires he's got left, but got him coming down pit road, getting 4 tires. I think all the leaders are starting to come now. 54 as well. He's had a really solid day. Probably thought he'd contend a little bit more, but I think we want to say it, Mayor, as well. Really sideways in the his box. They've been struggling with a tight race car. Trying to get them to free up as well.
Hey guys, we already see the effect of cars speeding on pit road. We've got the 18 and 21 too fast on pit road.
18 and Trevor Bayne was running up there, fighting for the third position with Sam Mayer before the pit cycle. That is going to cost them there. What I am surprised about here is, and here comes the 7 on the pit road. Finally, this is going to be a shot to take over the lead.
And we saw, I mean, since the leaders were so far out front, you know, they were 7 seconds out front of third place. They could do that. They could afford to run long in case there's a caution and you know, not have to worry about it. So, Allgaier, what do you got, Tyler?
Yeah, Justin Allgaier is still pretty happy with his car. Just been stuck behind the 8 of Josh Berry. You know, as the track's been changing, it's been continuing to come to him. So I think they're pretty happy with their car. Just trying to leapfrog the 8 car here and get ahead.
Yeah, and as you see Justin Allgaier sitting sideways in his pit stall there, what'll be worth more? The loss of time getting into his pit box because he has to take his time, or the lap early on pit road being faster? So where is that going to equal out, and what's going to be better? Tyler?
Yeah, the 8 car of Josh Berry's been getting a lot of good information from his spotter Jason Jarrett about where the 7 car is running differently, trying to take that clean air away and keep Justin Allgaier behind him. He as well is pretty happy with his race car, not many adjustments there, and hopefully get back out in front of the 7 car.
Looked like a pretty clean stop from the 8. I think he's going to be in pretty good shape based on the 7. He's just now exiting pit road. It'll be fairly close, but
it's going to be close.
It's going to be tight. It's going to be a lot tighter than I thought it was going to be.
The momentum of the 7 coming off of turn 2.
Oh, the 7's going to get him.
There's the 18 coming down pit road for serving his penalty. And down the backstretch, you guys can't see it right now, but he just took the lead when this whole thing cycles out. Justin Allgaier just passed the 8, but getting stuck on the lap traffic.
Great battle for between the 8 and the 7. Switching back and forth.
Yeah, we see.
Here, this is going to be the battle for the lead and possibly the win if it continues to go green. This is what we were seeing outside our window here. These guys came off pit road side by side.
Yeah, and Josh Berry, before the pit stop, had a 7/10 of a second lead. So that one lap, more contact.
These guys,
we know they were thrilled earlier. They know this is for the win. I mean, they know that whoever, and this is the easiest time, I think, to pass each other before it moves up to the wall is dominant, like it was before those round of pit stops. So they know it's at stake here.
Tyler?
No, Gregson, definitely car has lots of speed, but they're still struggling to get all the power that they need to have down the straightaways. Car does sound not where it needs to be. Sounds a little bit off down the straightaways, but clearly with those issues, Noah still has plenty of speed, so hopefully they can come back on the racetrack in this spot here.
Well, Noah's done a really good job of managing his day, and he's just found the line that just rips the fence, even if he's not the fastest down the straightaway. You hear the spotter tell the 7 there that they're racing for the win when this all cycles around.
He's right. These guys are running qualifying laps right now. All you got, I just saw the 8 of Josh Berry go in the corner over that bump that we've seen so many cars spin out. He was sideways again. They are giving it all they got, knowing that this is the win right in front of them. I think Josh Berry knows he's got a little better short run car. We've seen that. We've seen Justin Allgaier with a little better long run car. We've seen that all year long, every track too, by the way, but definitely showing up again here today. His chance to win the race is right now.
Yeah, still 37 laps to go.
Yeah,
it's not like there's 5 to go, 10 to go. There's still a lot of racing left, but
you let him go, he's gone.
Yeah, can't let him get too far away from you.
And I'm sure Josh Berry's a little bit frustrated because of the fact that he came in with the lead and he came back out and probably doesn't know all the circumstances, but that lap earlier pitting is what got Justin Allgaier the lead.
Yeah, gotta be aggressive. That was a part of being conservative on strategy, right? Pitting one lap afterwards, cost.
And as a leader, that's tough, right? You know, for the crew chief to call because of the fact that you also don't want to lose the race because the caution comes out and you pit too early, and then you wind up pitting one lap later than the guy behind you, and you come out in second. So it's a double-edged sword.
These guys are racing each other through lap traffic here to 19 and the 1. They're on the lead lap, trying to pass a couple lap cars while they're trying to race each other. Always a tough situation to be in. Trying to capitalize on momentum changes as you're trying to pass other cars. Josh ain't letting him get away, but you see how much his car is wiggling. That just shows how hard he is trying right now, pushing so hard.
Yeah, as he's raced most of the day in the lead, it's a lot more fun in the lead than it is in second. The car tends to handle a heck of a lot better than it does while you're running behind another one.
What do millions of dollars sound like?
Sounds like Monday on Fox. Don't forget the lyrics.
Oh my God, I don't know the words here.
And beat Shazam. Put your money where your mouth is.
And be a millionaire. $1 Million Music Monday.
This summer on Fox. Put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is.
DWITom.com stands for a number of things. DWITom.com stands for Defense of Your Rights. DWITom.com stands for focus in one area of the law. DWITom.com stands for a team of lawyers that are dedicated to helping you when you're charged with DWI. DWITom.com stands for all these things. I'm Tom Anelli, and now I'm DWITom.com.
This is Sonoma. This is what the drivers will see. And this is what you'll see. Drivers, you. Drivers, you.
It just got really interesting in Sonoma.
And this is what everyone came to see. Get your tickets now at SonomaRaceway.com.
With Armor All, a little bit of this protects you from a lot of that. Armor All, minimum effort, maximum protection.
Think Dad's searching doggy diet plans for Josie? No, he's switching his choice cashback category to home improvement, so he earns more on a new doggy door. Extra large.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
Coming up next on FS1, it's Major League Baseball with the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Detroit Tigers.
Warming it up already.
Out of the way, teammates.
Where's the line, right? The wins mean a lot. Playoff points are big.
The line is somewhere between not racing each other and Darlington Cup Series race a couple of weeks ago. The line is somewhere in between there.
Well, boys, everyone's line's a little bit different. So I think everyone figures that out as you start to learn who you're racing and things like that.
So you guys have raced hard with each other, from Team Penske. Just kind of explain to everybody how you guys go through that process in a team meeting and where you kind of say, okay, I understand, and move on.
Oh, you want me to go? I'll go. I think you have to talk about it. That's the biggest thing. You can't expect people to just know as they're racing really hard here for the lead. You can't expect them to think, oh my goodness, joining each other. We've seen that cut tires down earlier too. I'm very distracted.
I want to see Josh Berry catch up.
Watching this race because they're racing so hard and so good. But I think it's important for teammates to communicate because you can't just know what the other driver's thinking, right? I'm not a mind reader, and you got to be able to communicate and talk back and forth. If there is a frustration, tell me. Usually there's two sides to every story, and there's reasoning on both ends. If you can communicate and talk about it, I think that builds the best relationship. Just like with your wife. It's the same thing. You got to talk about it.
8:27. 02, I'm sorry.
Racing hard. But yeah, I mean, and hey, with the JRM deal going on, they're all so fast right now. They're all running up front, running for the lead. They're going to be racing around each other all the time if all your cars are just dominant. So, yeah, that's one of the things that they're going to have to figure out. But hey, I don't think one of them's wrecked the other ones to win, like dumped them completely. No, so I think it's still okay.
There's definitely contact. And you've seen some on the replay there before, and these two have had contact all day. And look at Josh Berry. His car is stronger now than it was before the pit stop. He gets underneath Justin Allgaier for the lead with 25 to go.
Big slider coming here.
Nice job.
Justin's going to see it. Cross it over.
No, he's going to get back to him.
What a race
Woo!
today. Is he going to clear him?
Oh boy. This is some good racing right here.
This is great stuff right here.
And I think Josh knew it was coming, right? Yeah, it was tight, but I still think that he knew that was probably coming.
These guys are racing this.
Allgaier into the wall.
Oh my goodness.
Hopefully that doesn't cut the Seven's tire down. We've seen it a little bit today. These cars are usually pretty
Jam. Oh my God.
See if he can regroup and make another charge at him.
And I think about that from the owner's standpoint. I guarantee you Dale Jr. is standing up wherever he's watching the race going, oh my God, please don't wreck both my cars. One of you win.
Well, here's the first pass that Josh Berry tries to make out of 7. And 1 and 2. Oh, sorry, this is where he just got into the fence. And we've seen that be a trouble spot.
And Justin was in trouble when he went into the corner. You could see it start sliding.
Yes. He's excited.
Big Josh Berry fan. Oh, yes. But the Seven's pre-racked and making a charge at him. Man. I mean, y'all think, being the leader is great, but looking in your mirror, making a little mistake, I don't know. Maybe coming to play. Everyone says, turn that mirror off. Focus forward. It's hard to turn that mirror off.
You can't turn that mirror off. I mean, I think as you look at that mirror, as much as you drive these cars, now you have to use the mirror. And, I think you can misjudge and miss your marks and stuff every once in a while. But that turn 1 is just difficult today. And it seems like, Tyler was talking about it earlier. If you're not all the way up against the wall on the entry, those bumps are there. And if we go back and look at that again, I mean, Justin was loose when he got in the corner. By the time he got to the wall saved him from not sliding further.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Josh Berry's just not driving away. As much pressure as he was able to put on the 7, turn underneath him, and make that pass that we saw was so exciting. I thought he'd drive away, but Justin's hanging. He's going to at least apply some pressure here for a few laps. We'll see how long that lasts.
And just to put this in perspective, this is the 3rd and 4th place car. They are 15 seconds behind the first 2 cars.
But what a good race. This is the longest green flag run by a long shot that we've had in the Xfinity race in probably the last few weeks. And boy, they are putting on a good one up front, racing for the lead. It's a 2-car race up there. It's a heck of a race. And then you look right here, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all in a row racing each other as well.
54, they've done a nice job.
Well, 3rd place is far back, so unless we get a caution, it doesn't look like they're going to catch up.
And they kind of stall out in like 7th, 8th, even 9th, and it seems like they're battling Priest for 3rd, that they've gotten that car a little bit better.
And we see Ryan just not be able to run all the way up the racetrack. He's kind of on that top seam. Not able to do what those leaders are doing all the way up against the fence to really carry that momentum all the way around the corner. See these guys right up against the fence.
So, a fun fact was just presented to me. Josh Berry has 3 wins, and Allgaier was second in 2 of those wins. So these guys are used to racing each other. Running 1-2.
You don't have to admit that those facts were presented to you, Ryan.
Well, I don't like to take people's, ideas or thoughts. Here you got Barry's got some debris on the grill. That's what you got to line it up next to the wall. They have these banners, and people hit the wall, and they become halfway undone, and that can get stuck on the grill. You got to be a lapper to get that off.
Yeah, we see they apply stickers to the wall now instead of painting them with surface.
There you go.
I can't say I agree with that for that reason.
Oh, here comes Allgaier.
Oh, look at this on the bottom. Justin Allgaier trying to pick him behind a lap car. Oh, he couldn't stay there.
7-2 back.
You gotta love the emotion on top of the pit boxes. There's the better half.
Oh, he's in the wall again.
Oh man.
Allgaier in the wall. Yeah, he got it hard that time. That looks.
Justice said that good.
Oh, but he's back in the wall. Yeah, he's gonna have to pit.
Yep.
So that's it for Allgaier.
Here's a replay again of the 7.
And now Josh Berry's just gonna run away with this thing unless we see another caution.
You're just trying to enter a little bit higher, and eventually you talk about those bumps, and they get you.
It really surprises me how, that's not a severe contact with the wall, how easy they've been able to hit the wall today and cut the tires.
And we used to brag so much about this composite body and how tough it is. You can hit the wall and not cut down tires. Not so much today. Don't know why that is. But hey, you know what? You're Justin Allgaier. You've had a good run going this season. You got to win. You're in the playoffs. Run hard. Give it a chance. You hit the wall, you hit the wall.
And talk about still 13 laps to go, and caution could happen, but gosh, the 8 now is got 17-second lead. It's been racing with his tongue out here for the last 25 laps with the 7. He gets a little bit of breathing room finally.
Yeah, I would use some of my cushion up at this point if I was there.
Yeah.
And those guys, really since the drop of the green, every time they've thrown the green after a yellow, those guys have been on the gas, racing hard, into each other's door, up the racetrack, down the racetrack. It's been they put on a great show today.
Yeah, at this point with Josh Berry, I'm gonna just check it up a half a second or so. Save some tire just in case. I think everyone would quit if he had tires at the end of this thing, but you never know. Have something there just in case. It's the biggest lead I think you're probably ever gonna have in any race. So I think you just enjoy it a little bit.
And Allgaier and Berry were out to such a big lead. Allgaier hit the road, had a fun time, and came down pit road, and he's still 9th. He's still running top 10.
But this is like an old school Charlotte race. You look at the
10 laps to go.
The leaderboard and you see 7 cars on the lead lap.
Noah Gregson having engine issues. We've noted that all day today. Running 5th. Looking like he's probably going to get 4th here off of turn 4 as he runs that wall and keeps that momentum. I know that engine doesn't look bad, but when you have momentum like that coming off the top, it's going to make an engine look pretty good.
Yeah,
Allgaier's only back to 9th.
That can't hear the engine. It sounds really bad as it goes by our booth here. Looks like the 19 had some contact with the outside wall. Oh my God.
Sam Mayer doing some weird shit.
See there, they put the scuffs on the 19, looks like.
That had to be a save from turn 2.
Taking the bus stop right there.
Yeah, we've had a couple of people in the bus stop back there today.
Everyone's pushing hard at the end of the race. See more and more guys getting in the wall, trying to make time up, making mistakes, just pushing hard.
You see AJ Allmendinger, he came in, put some tires on. I don't know if he had an issue or I know he pitted before everybody. I don't know if he could have made it to the end. May not have been able to make it.
Yeah, they probably had to pit one more time. They just put right side tires on that, trying to save some time.
I believe his top 10 streak might unfortunately come to an end here today.
You as well, you kept 89
Yeah, and we talked so much about experience and how hard this racetrack is and experience coming into play. Our top 3 were battling for Rookie of the Year last year, so welcome to the Xfinity Series. And I did get that fed to me. I didn't come up.
I was waiting for you because the board was next to me too.
Yeah.
You know, I thought about taking that one and not, and using your advice and not saying that.
That's okay.
I got it from somebody. But
For everyone
These guys do
listening
a great job.
Yeah, for anyone listening at home, it's like, wow, how would he know that stat? Just know someone's over here telling us.
Yeah. The stat boys in the booth they're on top of it.
Wow, they must really study.
Yeah, when you prepare for this race, you get this list of stats and things, and I find myself sitting there for 20, 30 minutes looking at it because it's intriguing.
I don't remember any of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Noah Gregson's so good at running the wall. Steven Homestead and all these places where you run high, he just makes good time. Ryan Priest has had a great day.
Yeah, he's been up, top 10 all day, top 5 most of the day. That's a good run for him, especially after kind of the heartbreak from last night, having a good shot at winning that race and just not working out.
Another guy we haven't talked about much today, Daniel Hemrick, just last car on the lead lap, just kind of kept himself in the game all day. The old wily veteran there, keeping himself in the game all day, and going to wind up, somewhere towards the top 5 as he finishes up the day, hopefully.
All right, you talk about the pace that Josh Berry is running, though. 6th place was the last car on the lead lap. That's how fast he's going. Sheldon Creed, good recovery, though, from him as well. 7th place. This guy's just booking.
Yeah, no,
he's cruising now, but
he's
he was
cruising now.
booking.
You say he's cruising, but he's still running lap time.
The fastest laps on the racetrack. Oh, man.
Yeah, the only guy that's faster is Algar, who's got tires.
Yeah.
But as well as they have run, it's hard to believe that this would be JRM's first win at Charlotte. That's unbelievable.
Well, if this thing goes green from here, though, I'd say the most deserving team all day long, in this 8 bunch. They deserve to win this race. They had the speed in the car.
All right, 2 laps left.
They had some good racing, kept everything in good one piece, got through the stages. 2 to go. He's cruising with the 17-second lead. He's just praying at this point. Blaney, you know how this feels. You want to get the white flag in these races. I know the last week was a little different for you, but in this race, if it just sees the white flag, and anything after that is the end of the race. So here he comes off of turn 4 to get the white flag.
All right.
Yeah, Josh Berry and all of JRM has had such a great
1 lap
day.
to go. White flag is in the air. Final lap from Charlotte.
Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
And you look at all the top cars, the right sides are pretty scuffed. Josh Berry's pretty clean. So he's done a good job of getting everything he could out of the top lane today, but has kept it out of the fence.
Josh Berry just completely dominating. Well, not dominating, but like not even a fucking chance. Even if he wrecks right now, he can still come around to win. Josh Berry wins at Charlotte. Josh Berry takes the win.
Josh Berry, 31-year-old Josh Berry, 4th win in his 42nd start.
Nice.
63rd career win for Junior Motorsports. Great day all around for Junior Motorsports. They just keep winning races, keep winning stages. But I love the way Josh Berry goes about it. I love that he brings that short track mentality, just grind every lap out of it. Right into what he's doing here on a 1.5-mile racetrack.
Yeah, and to your point, though, about Junior Motorsports, when you bring that many fast cars to the racetrack, you're going to win a lot. And it doesn't matter, which team it is. They're all fast. The 9, the 1, the 7, they're all up there. Obviously, the 8 who just won. They're all up there every single week. 1 or 2 of them can have an issue, and guess what? They still win.
Justin Allgaier still finished 7th.
Even though he didn't win the race, he put on a great effort today. Rubbed the wall there at the end. Came home 7th.
He gave us something to talk about there for a while. I think made it incredibly exciting racing with Josh Berry. And they leaned on each other a little bit today, but at the end of the day, ran each other really hard, but clean at the same time. That's what you want to see is two teammates racing hard for the win while not really roughing each other up too much.
It's been a long time since we've been to Charlotte and seen as many wall stripes on the side of the car as we do at Darlington.
I can't say it enough. This is the best race we've had at Charlotte in years. Whatever the heck they put on the racetrack, whatever they got going on with the Xfinity cars and the tire, don't change it. It's perfect. That was one of the best races we've seen here.
I just hope about 7 o'clock tonight our cars are the same. I hope so. It's the same racetrack.
Well, just watch Tyler Reddick. You'll know if it's ready.
Very true.
I don't know if he knows where he's going. We don't know where he's going at this point. He's stuck on the banking now. Well, but we got a sweet drone here.
You know the tires wore out when they won't go up the banking.
I can't get no grip.
All right, y'all. I'm going to end the stream here. I'll be live tomorrow at around, I think, noon, whenever the fuck the Indy 500 starts. I want to thank everybody for watching, and peace out.